Hey everyone, just a quick heads up before the episode starts. The game as we're playing it now is still in beta. We're still developing Thanatos as we go, so that means that the rules between different sessions may vary a little, or maybe we're using different mechanics to create characters or to handle certain situations. That's because we're still developing it as we go, and in order to make it as good as possible, we would love to get your feedback. So if you have any feedback on the mechanics, the rules, or the way that we're playing the game, please leave your comments down below, because your feedback is very valuable to us. That's it for now. I really hope you enjoy the episode, and thanks for watching. Bye. Hi everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Thanatos. We have, as you can see, changed up a few things. I've got this brand new sleek screen now, so you cannot longer see if I'm actually telling the truth, which I will be not. What else is new? We're playing with 4 players instead of 3. It's the first time. We already did a bit of character prepping beforehand. I think we're going to have a very interesting session. Quick shout out to our sponsors. As always, Kiro.com is our show's grand sponsor. They're the producers of the world's coolest, awesomest sex technology. If you're looking for any of their products, find the links below. This episode's sponsors are geekgaming.co.uk, where you can buy all of your favorite stuff for your tabletop wargaming setups and for your tabletop role-playing games. And our other sponsor for today's episode is Solid Grey. They make these amazing backpacks that make you look like, well, I think someone from the world of Thanatos. That's Grey with AY, and the links for those sponsors can also be found down here. So are we ready to get into this?
Yeah.
Could you quickly introduce yourself, not yet as your character, but just as who you are? Who are we sitting at the table with?
Yeah, so my name's Emma Stark. I'm a stand-up comedian based in Manchester, UK. Is that good? I'm also a Pisces.
I'm Brandon Craig, also a stand-up comedian, also in Manchester, UK, with my buddy Anna.
My name is Jackoff Josh. I'm a resident comedian, and I'm also a customer service agent.
I'm Jess Moorhouse. I'm a documentary filmmaker here in Amsterdam.
Nice.
So a few of you have already played role-playing games before, right? I think. So what's your experience with it?
I'm usually wearing less clothes.
This is actually the first time somebody said that.
I've played World of Warcraft, but other than that, I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, so this is going to be really fun.
Cool.
I'm a not very good game master for my own little group of friends, so I can do things. Maybe we'll see.
I was also a World of Warcraft junkie for a little bit, but that's my experience with role-playing games.
Yeah, cool.
I just play Dungeons and Dragons with my friends, just started this year, and it's fun. Do it.
You are all nerds. It's going to be good. So just for everybody tuning in for the first time, this is the world of Thanatos. Thanatos is a dark, grim, futuristic world, like 200,000 years in the future. The Earth we live on now has become a myth. People aren't even sure it actually existed. We are playing in the city of Tachion. And Tachion is the biggest city on the planet of Thanatos. The higher up in the crater of Tachion you live, the richer you are, the more influence you have, and the better off you are. But the lower inside of the crater you live, the shittier your life is, the poorer you are. It's a horrible dog-eat-dog world in which nobody's ever really safe, especially not down there. And it is inside the slums deep down in the city that we will be playing this session in District 52. You have all been called to District 52 by a woman named Una Runktop. She has asked you to come to District 52 where the director of an asylum has recently been gruesomely murdered.
Gruesomely.
Well, it's a knife to the back. It's not that gruesome, but it sounds better. Just let me.
When is there a clean murder?
The director, whose name was Sunan Srisuk. I'm not sure if you pronounce it that way, but I made it up, so I think so. Yes.
Arguing with yourself on the
Yeah.
conversation. I don't know if I'm being offensive to their race right now.
He was found with a knife to the back on the stairs up to the asylum, and you've been called here by Una, who has asked you to solve for her this murder. Who are you guys playing? Why would you take this job?
So my character's name is Lambda Orionis. How much do I tell about her? 'Cause-
Anything you want.
okay, well she's low on cash at the moment, and she's a bit of a boss ass bitch, but she's also a real bitch. And she'd be on this job just to make a bit of cash. She really doesn't give a fuck about anybody else unless they've truly proven themselves to her. She has very high morals. So, and considering in this world most people are absolute pieces of shit, she really doesn't have much time for anyone. In her motivation, I wrote, "Some women just want to watch the world burn."
Nice.
Especially every 28 days.
So are you a human? Are you a cyborg?
Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm a cyborg class hooligan, and I have a cyborg arm, like a robotic arm. I got that because my dad, who was a mercenary, got murdered by another cyborg to steal his human arm. And when I grew up, I went and found that cyborg and killed them and took their arm and then chopped my arm off and put it on as a salute to my dad. But yeah, so she's...
Kick ass, take names.
Yeah, kick-ass take names.
Yeah.
What's that? I'm clearly not as badass as her. She'd probably know what you meant. But yeah, so, and I'm also really brutally honest I cannot stand anyone lying because I really don't know how to do that. So that's why I'm a bitch, because I just say no filter.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, with daddy issues. Badass bitch with daddy issues.
Lambda.
Yeah, Lambda.
Lambda, got it. Then, who's next?
Okay, I am playing a droid known as Butler Bot. This young lad, he's about 4 feet tall, looks very humanoid. He was a butler bot in up on the rim earlier, so he was part of kind of a servant for a wealthy class.
He had a rim job.
He was a rim job. He was a rimmer. He's had a lot of rim jobs around the house.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I hate this job.
But yeah, so he used to be a butler for a wealthy family known as the Wealthmonts. On a bachelor party for their son, he was, in a limousine, and he just got thrown out the window or whatever. They lost him in the slums, and he's been there for years trying to find his way back to this family that has completely forgotten about him.
Aww.
Yep.
So sad.
He's just a little servant bot. Why he is here, I was going to talk to you guys about this actually, because does anybody feel like they could use a servant bot in their life? Maybe they ran into the poor little Butler Bot along the way.
I wouldn't have. Oh, unless.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
we're going to roll for some intercharacter relations, but if anybody wants to want to call dibs on having a servant, that is totally cool.
I could definitely use someone to announce my full title.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, totally.
I like hearing about your character. I felt like it reminded me a little bit of Wall-E.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was the thing. I was thinking
yeah.
Toy Story, how they always get abandoned by the people that were there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like unless this interrupts with yours at all, because I don't
We
want
can
to.
share the robot.
Yeah, I'd quite like to share, because
He's
I
the
think
subbiest little
Lam-
bitch. Like he just wants to help.
and Landa's such a dominatrix, so I think she'd quite enjoy having a sub around.
Yeah, totally.
She might have fixed you at one point.
Now you're just becoming everyone's bitch at the
Yes.
same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Welcome
That's
to
why
me.
we
She
brought
was so
us
spot for you,
together.
though.
Yeah.
She-
You brought us together as a group.
Yeah.
Because we all needed a bitch.
yeah.
You need a bitch.
I will happily take a bit.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Lambda, the ass kicker, Butler, the tiny bitch bot. Next up.
All right, I'm gonna be playing George Clooney. And he's a clone cyborg. He was originally made as just a human clone for the labor force in Thanatos, but he didn't like that. So what he did is he found a bunch of cyborgs and eventually built himself up, so now he has a cybernetic arm. Half his face is a cyborg. I don't know how he did that, but it's there. One of his legs is cybernetic, so he can jump really high if he uses one leg. And I'm a savant. I'm more of the face, a very charismatic person. I just seek to have sex and love all the time. But the way I try to get it is with charisma, with persuasion, rather than rape.
Fair enough.
That's my favorite. Your ways.
I like that way too. Yeah, that's a good way.
Very good.
Cool.
Now
George
I
Clooney.
am Gloria, the Glory Hole Master,
Mm-hmm.
as will be announced in every occasion.
Can I call you Mistress Glory Hole Master?
Of course.
Okay, deal.
I used to be a sex clone in a brothel, but I was kicked out for thieving from all of the patrons.
Love
So
it.
now I'm out in the world trying to thieve everyone else, not just my patrons. Get some money, make my way, punching some people.
Yeah, I immediately.
Thieving fast.
That's me.
Love it.
Bitch goes past.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I think I've got a sort of an image of this band of misfits. I want to roll for a few relationships. Let's start with your relationship with this world and with this adventure specifically. So everybody grab a D12, 12-sided dice. Oh, dice, which is the main. Yeah, and roll it.
Ooh, 4.
So let's
I thought
start.
like
Let's
that was
start here on the
interesting.
left. You have an 8.
No, I have a
That was
6.
me.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you have an 8. There's this movement called purity, and purity is a movement that is adamant on the fact that sex is only for humans and for humans only.
Oh, okay.
George Clooney doesn't like that.
George Clooney, I can imagine, but they also say that it's not even that cross-species sex shouldn't occur. People who aren't humans shouldn't have sex at all. That is their standing. And you have been protesting these motherfuckers all your life.
Oh, 100%. Because I can fit a dildo onto my arm.
You had a 6?
Yes.
You grew up in a household that used to agree with purity. And I'm not sure if you agreed yourself or
Well,
maybe
I'm a
you.
clone, so it's unlikely.
Maybe
I'm
you.
also a sex clone,
Yeah.
so my entire livelihood would be completely destroyed.
Yeah, but so you grew up like maybe your parents
rebelled.
adopted you and you rebelled, maybe something like that. But you grew up somewhere where purity was accepted. How you fill that in? Completely up to you. What do we have next?
We're both 4s.
Oh, then one of you re-roll. All right.
Nice.
Another 4.
Nice.
Okay, so you were definitely the 4 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
Give it a go.
12. All right.
Natural
A
12.
4. George Clooney, you are a former employee. Oh, this fits so well. This is perfect. You are a former employee of a porn company called XLove.
Oh, wow.
And XLove makes porn that is exclusively cross race. So it's only cybernetics doing it with cyborgs doing it with humans. It's like always this grand mix, this tapestry of people together. And that's what they're specialized in, which also makes them one of the most picketed companies by Purity ever.
I love it.
Yeah, so you used to work there. You don't anymore, but it was your line of work.
Do I still get my employee discount?
Yes,
So
obviously, for life.
For the porn company. I love it.
And then okay. Then there's 12. Okay, let's if this doesn't fit your character at all, we'll re-roll.
Oh
but
my god,
it could
we have an opportunity to.
You are what a 12 is you are dating one of the nurses of the asylum that you are now.
No, I like this.
So I'm wondering who would want to date this completely subservient
People
butler
just think
bot.
that, hey, you know what? Doms do.
Yeah, and
I'm in
if
a
it's
very
like,
happy dom sub relationship right now. Have you know?
Fair enough. Fair
If
enough.
it's like you said it was like a religious cult, right? That like or not.
Purity is not per se. They're not per se like a religious cult. They have they're too big to be called a cult.
Okay.
There a lot of money for Purity comes in from the Upper Rim.
Okay.
Because the humans there, some of them tend to agree with what Purity stands for, and they pour money into it. That then.
Yeah, well, if it makes it even more VIP, then why wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But I think if I can imagine someone belonging to Purity and wanting things a certain way and finding a butler bot really attractive because you would just be so on point with polishing stuff and keeping things clean, like while she sleeps, you've cleaned the floor. Like,
Okay, we'll let you
I get
fill
why
in the
just thinking
details
about
of the relationship as we go.
So I'm just dating someone in the asylum.
Yes.
Deal.
that's just what I imagined. But you could obviously can tell me.
Okay, there are a few things you need to know about this world and about District 52. The asylum is called Glory's Path, and it's completely sponsored with money from the Purity movement, and a lot of people in District 52 tend not to agree with Purity, and there are even stories of the people working in the asylum also not agreeing with the ideas of Purity, but there is so little money in District 52 that any money pouring in from somewhere is accepted. So it creates this friction between the people in the district, the people inside the asylum, the people working in the asylum. There's always this sort of
And the asylum is just a madhouse. Is it full of
yes,
insane
it's
people?
it's insane people. But it's also like homeless people. So it's like people who have no other place to go. Then there's the Purity movement, but I think we've said about them what we need to say. They try to act like this sort of this organization that helps people, that pours their money into places like this asylum, to help the poor, to help the needy. But it's all just like it's a smokescreen to divert people from the fact that they're actually slowly but certainly hoping to eradicate non-human sex from the entirety of Tachion. And money like this that's being poured into the asylum is a way for them to prove to the world that they mean well. It's a ruse.
Photo op.
Propaganda.
Then there's the friction between Ixlov and Purity. Ixlov is the porn company, and then there's Purity. Purity has been picketing the building of Ixlov. There's always this constant battle between them. Purity has been doing cyber attacks on the websites, or on the, 200,000 years in the future, there's no websites. It's just everything is internet. And in return, Ixlov has started doing parodies of the Purity movement by actually doing porn, wearing the costumes of the Purity movement in their videos, which even made them
Like Mormons.
Yeah. you need to send me that website after.
Yeah.
And then there's one more. It's more like a rumor that's been going around the district. There's been a lot of activity in the sewers of this district lately. There has been stories of people going in and out of the sewers. There's been stories of groups of rats roaming through the streets, coming out of the sewers. You don't know a whole lot about it, but this is what you know. Okay, now we have your relationship to the world. We have sort of created the world a little bit, and last but definitely not least, I want to forge some relationships between your characters. So I think we have your relationship to everyone, more or less. You're their servants.
Yeah.
Then I would like to do some rolls. George, give me a D10 roll.
A D10.
This is going to determine the relationship between you and Gloria.
8.
An 8. You are business partners in some way or the other.
And you're a thief.
I'm a thief. /
Oh, that
prostitute.
works. That works really
Slash
well.
prostitute. Okay.
Best kind of person you'd want to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A thief prostitute.
Yeah. You know what they're about.
Yeah.
But how
Taking
how
dick
is
and
our
stealing
business?
shit.
Yeah, maybe even stealing the dicks, depending if they're attached or not.
Cybernetics.
Yes, I'm a dick collector.
Well, I am
Maybe you sell the dicks
and
I
the
collect.
baby.
I'm also an ex-employee of Pornlove, or Xlove.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is we started something here.
Yeah.
You steal the dicks, I sell them.
Cool.
Wow.
Mm,
Cool.
all right,
Dicks.
Gloria, roll a D10 to determine your relationship with Lambda.
5.
A 5. You are party buddies.
Woo!
You go out together all the time.
Yeah.
You tear it up, and that's what you know each other from. I wouldn't say you're friends, but you just party a lot.
Yeah. Bender buddies. All right, 6. I like what all of the slum bars and stuff. Okay. So, do we do more than just we can do more than alcohol, right?
All the drugs.
Oh,
I think Lambda,
I'm a fan of the
she
drugs.
rarely drinks. It's mostly drugs.
Okay.
Like, that'll be cool. So
You don't want to dilute the drugs with alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I would love working with you because I'm always skint and you just nick
Yeah, I
drinks
just
and
steal
stuff
the
for us.
drugs.
Oh. It's probably the closest relationship I've ever had with
Yes.
someone. It's just because like, please just go nick them for because like everyone notices me with my big glowing arm. It's hard.
Okay, Butler Bot, do you want any other relationship role for anybody else, or are you good with being everybody's servant?
I think I got that. That's all good.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. We start out on.
Oh,
Do I
just
have a
briefly,
relationship
yeah.
with Lambda? Or-
No, I think we can.
Alright.
If we add one more, I think it'll become a lot. So let's say you just meet up here, and then you can work your relationship out as we go.
Okay.
So we start out on the doorstep of Glory's Path Asylum, where the director, Sunan Sisuk, lies dead on the stairs with a knife in his back. You're standing around the dead body, this human man who was face down on the stairs, and you are standing here with the woman that asked you here, also a human named Una Rungtop. And she has called you here to help her solve the murder of Sunan. She is the head nurse, and she is standing in the doorway. And behind her, you can see people, the people of the asylum that are in the asylum. They're sort of like peeking out the door. They're sort of like looking over her shoulder. You can see them talking to each other. They're like, "Oh my God, is that Sunan? Oh my God, is he dead? Did he actually die?" They're a little bit frightened. You can see some every now and then. One of them tries to take a step outside, and then is like, "No, you're staying inside." And you come you're now standing around the body, and she says, "I'm so glad you're here. I simply don't know what to do. Thank you for coming. It's all a little bit too much for me. Do you think? Sorry." Do you do this kind of work often?
I make formal introductions. I say, may I please announce Master Clooney, Mistress Orionus, and the best dressed mess, the Queen of Peen, Gloria, the Glory Hole Master.
Yes, we are experts in this line of work.
Oh, that's fantastic to hear. I'm not sure if I got all the names. The Master of Peen? No, sorry.
The Queen of Peen.
The Queen. I'm sorry. And you are?
Pay me no mind. I am merely Butler Bot, humble servant.
Right. Well, I'm willing to pay you all 50 guap if you manage, per person, if you manage to solve who killed our dear Sunam.
Could we make it 60?
Give me a roll. Give me a mind roll. So grab your D12. It's always the D12, and then add your mind to it.
11 plus.
Oof.
1, so 12.
She says, I guess that's fair. I guess that's. I mean, it is a dead body and all. Meanwhile, one of the people inside, you can see this sort of frizzy-haired woman. She's got like blonde hair. It's like completely wild, just standing in all directions, and she's got like huge bags on her eyes. She's wearing these ragged clothes. She comes walking outside, and she's like, "Una, is that?" She's like, "No, go back in. This is not for you." She says, "I'm sorry. I really have to make sure that they're all right. Can I leave this with you? I will be here all day if you need me for any questions. Is there anything you want to know right now?"
Can we sell part of the body? Like we could get some good cash for that.
Fine idea.
We'll
I'm
discuss
sorry,
this
you want to
later.
sell the body?
Oh, no. It's just
Oh.
like it's just out in the street.
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna start pretending like I'm inspecting the body, but I don't know anything about bodies.
Okay, give me let's do a
know a
mind
bit
roll
about
to
bodies,
see
right?
if you can act. Yeah, this is sort of like a performance.
Let's say 4.
Yeah, you feel you're like just sort of like tapping the body and just like lifting up the shirt. and-
Nudging it with your foot.
She's like, "I've never seen these research methods before, but then again, I'm not an expert."
I'm an expert. It's all good. Everything's handled.
I ask Una before she leaves us, is there anything that you could have known before this happened?
What do you mean could have known?
Do you know any enemies that Suna may have had? Do you know anybody who may have wanted to do this to him?
Well, I mean, no, he was a great man. Well, not enemies, but I guess there's always been a bit of friction between Sunan and Purity. It's been getting worse the last few weeks.
Purity.
No, they're not so bad.
Well, far be it from me to speak out of turn, but I'm going to call them owners, all have had run-ins with them in the past. We are not on friendly terms with Purity.
Well, I understand that some people object to their ideas, but if they wouldn't give us the money for this asylum, these people would be on the street or dead or worse.
Where on the street?
I think it's very short-sighted of you to say that Purity is
Of course,
all bad.
I'm merely a humble servant.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get political. So,
Can I ask? Oh, sorry.
no, please.
When did he get killed? Do you know roughly what time?
It must have been somewhere last night. We found him early this morning.
Okay. And what were you doing last night? Just so that we know where everybody was.
Oh, I sleep upstairs. I live in the asylum.
Okay. Does he live here as well?
No. He always goes home in the evening. So I think maybe somebody got him on the way out.
Do you know where he lives?
He lives in District 51, but he lives. I'm not sure. I've never been to his place. I know that he lives in an apartment somewhere.
And does he have any family?
I know he has a brother and parents, maybe, but he never told me about them.
From my thorough investigation, it's...
Investigation.
I'm not a very smart character.
Wonderful words. Wonderful. Well done, mistress.
At 5 in the morning.
Oh, you can tell?
Yeah, exactly 5 a.m. this happens.
And you haven't even. So what have you been doing in the meantime?
Just lifting up pieces of clothing, putting them back down, maybe through his pockets. Have I found anything in the pockets?
Ooh, that's a good question. Roll a sleight of hand to see how sneaky you're able to do this.
Plus my nimbleness
Yes.
would be 11.
Okay. Yeah, you find a small notebook, and you find a key.
Ooh. I'm not going to tell anyone about that right now because she's still here.
Yeah, so you manage to like sneakily put it somewhere in your pockets, or I imagine a character like yours has a lot of pockets to put stuff away.
Can I ask, like,
Good
where
pockets.
he's lying down now? We're in the public area now. We're not in like a gated part of it.
No, you are now literally like
Standing on the side of the
2
street.
meters from the street.
Right.
There's a few steps leading up to the door, and he's face down on the stairs with the knife still sticking out of his back.
And what other buildings are on this street?
It's the building itself is this huge sort of gray concrete. It looks super depressing and drab on the outside. There's like, if you didn't know this was an asylum or a refugee center or whatever, you wouldn't even have known. It's just completely blank slate. And beside it, there are a few sort of dodgy apartment buildings. It's the slums. It's all shit.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's no shops or anything here. It's like a residential area.
Okay, so could we, like, just spitballing here, because I've played before, but like, can we go talk to the people living across the street
Yeah,
and see if they saw anything?
definitely.
Okay, cool. I wouldn't mind doing that. You can steal some more stuff.
What are you going to be doing? Well,
Well, I guess I will go into the asylum and see what everybody else has any idea of how well they knew Sunam, how much he was liked around the community.
Okay. So you're splitting up?
Yeah, I'd want to come back to that as well, so like, just briefly. Is that all right?
We can do yours first, and then we'll get back to yours, and then we can keep the group together. Or if you want to split up, we can split up. It's up to you.
Because I'd quite like to do that as well. I just want to like kind of pan out and like figure it out.
Well, then if we're both going to do that, then we might as well do one first and then the other.
Yeah.
after.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So what are you looking for people on the street? Are you knocking on doors? What's the next step?
Directly opposite. Whatever's directly opposite, go and knock on their door.
Okay, it's this sort of apartment complex. It's got 3 floors.
Doors.
Yeah.
And it's
Whichever ones have windows to the thing.
like, if a building could cry, this building would be crying. It's just this, like, it's got saggy tiles everywhere. There's just like bits of concrete have just fallen off the front, and it doesn't seem to look very occupied. But when you knock on the door, you hear some shuffling inside.
Okay. Don't clean anything.
If you command, but it is. Ooh, this is an itch I must scratch.
This is beyond repair. Okay, you're far better than this. Okay. If
I
it
would
makes
start straightening
What
your
would
head.
the-
Yeah.
Keep you calm.
if it makes you
while you're
feel better, you
talking.
can just polish my arm while I speak to them.
What would the wealth say about this?
So we hear shuffling inside. I just call for them to come out. I don't know, like, do I just speak to them as though
You
they-
talk.
I
I'm
talk?
not talking. I'm shit at talking.
Can you come out, please?
Inside, you hear some more shuffling. You hear like, what?
Come outside. There's been a murder across the street. We just need to ask you a couple of questions.
I don't care. Who the fuck are you?
May I announce?
No. I think that may make this worse. If you don't come out, I'm going to blow a hole through this goddamn door. Come out.
You hear like 5 seconds of silence,
Ready.
and then you hear like, all right, god damn it. Can't pay for another goddamn door. And then the door slams open. You see this it's like this old guy. He's like in his 70s somewhere. He's a cyborg, so he's human, but he's got like a few metal parts dangling off his face. He's got gray, like very short gray hair. He's holding this cup of some sort of drink, and he just stares at you. He's like, open the door, now what?
I freshen his drink immediately.
It's a strong liquor he's drinking.
Mm-hmm.
You are you pouring in the same drink, or are you mixing it up?
Same drink.
Okay. He's like looking at you annoyed, and then he hears like
anyone want to say something?
Oh, that's not too shabby, thanks, friend.
Yes. My pleasure, sir.
You see, like his
Stop sweeping.
you see his posture sort of like changing a bit from this to. All right, let's get it over with. What do you want to know?
Okay, did you hear any commotion or any sound that would sound at all like a man being stabbed in the back across the street at any point from last night to this morning?
He like looks over your shoulder. He's like, "You mean like that guy, probably?"
Yeah. Yes, it's that guy.
See, I'm a bit of a detective myself. You see.
You're quite sharp.
He says, "Well, I don't know. Around those times, I'm usually blacked out drunk. But I might heard a yell or two.
Did it sound? Oh, go on.
What time? Was it 5 a.m.?
Okay, fuck it. Roll. That's I'm just gonna roll for this. On the dot. How'd you know?
Genius! I know everything!
So you were blackout drunk at this stage?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I need to. Sometimes I wake up to
Check the
piss
clock?
or yeah.
So you heard a commotion and your first instinct was to look at the clock and know immediately, oh wow, someone's getting killed on the dot at 5 a.m.
Well, I feel like I'm being. This fucking bullshit. I feel like you and your words, you're doing shit to me, and I don't like it.
Okay, all right, let me just slow it down for you, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Someone's died.
Yeah.
We've been asked to figure out who. We don't think you've killed it. Okay.
Oh,
Obviously
good.
not.
Yeah, because
no.
I did.
No. We're just trying to figure out who did. So.
Right.
And we've given you some of our. Was that our best whiskey? Did you?
The finest.
God damn it.
I freshen him up even more.
Like,
Save some for us.
but he doesn't get to drink this stuff a lot. Like this, like he's drinking the cheap shit. Obviously, you're giving him like upper class, like high class whiskey, and but he doesn't seem like he doesn't have the refined taste to appreciate. He's just like, yeah.
It's got ethanol in it. That's all you need. Yeah. Okay, so when you heard the shouts and the commotion, did it sound like male or female voices?
Oh, definitely a guy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, and how long did that go on for?
Oh, just like, and that was it.
Sounds like a murder.
Can you write exactly what that sounds like?
It's like BLEAUAAUAER. I got lost. Some like.
That's right, we did too.
Yeah.
Gloria, do you have anything else to add to this, George?
Listen, I got some drinking to get back to. I know we're all busy people.
Are there any other people that live above you?
Yeah, a bunch of deadbeats, drug addicts.
Are any of
My
them women?
people.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I tend to keep to myself. This is the longest conversation I've had in 2 days, and I don't like it.
Okay. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for the whiskey, sir. Just maybe since I helped and all.
Not the single malt.
I give him the double malt.
He's like, he takes a glass and he's like halfway down. He's halfway with downing it when he slams the door in your face. Like, thanks, and he leaves you.
Okay. Well, we've established the timeline.
Kind of.
I think I'm going to go tidy that body.
Yes. Still on the floor.
So really all that's confirmed for us is the...
Exact time of death. Very confident about it.
I feel like... I don't think that establishes the time of death, because if he's blackout drunk, then how's he going to know the time? Really, we haven't gained much other than the guy that died was a man, and we know that.
Is the knife still on the body?
Yes.
Do we have any DNA detecting forensic science in Thanatos?
You don't.
Gloria will probably just lick
That's yeah.
it. Someone once held
Tastes
this,
like
yes.
human.
Yeah. Can we
Butler
go...
Bot, do you have any forensic science established inside of you?
I'm afraid that's a little out of my range.
Gonna
Apologies,
read
Master
the
Cloney.
notebook.
What is your
Yes.
purpose then?
Serving
Hey, can we go
drinks
take the
and-
knife out the body?
That's
Yes.
all me
And
thinks.
bag it.
Okay, let's first deal with the notebook. You look inside and there's all of his appointments in there. The next, the last appointment he had was with Una, which was the night before. But then today, he has another meeting coming up with someone named Gustav de Aar. And he has a meeting with them in about 2 hours from now.
Ooh.
Gustav would know.
Gustav de Aar.
The master.
Like
Where
a
is this
pirate.
appointment?
It doesn't say, but it seems like all of his appointments, as you go through the book, seem to be at the asylum itself. He seems to be receiving people, and yeah, as you go through, you can see that Gustav. This isn't the first time Gustav has visited.
I don't trust Sunan yet. I don't trust anybody. I wanna meet
I
Gustav
have someone
before.
that we can trust. My boyfriend Brad works at this asylum.
He works for purity.
No, he's cool. But we could ask him if he knows who Gustav. Oh, I'm sorry. Apologies, Master de Aar is.
He's so far, and he can't like. First names are just a no-go. I know.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, But
Yeah.
I want to meet Gustav before he gets interrupted by Sunan. Like when he gets here in 2 hours, so that she doesn't feed him any information.
Oh, you mean Una?
Una, sorry. Ah,
Yeah.
humans.
Whatever.
Let's go see Brad.
Brad.
I've been looking
Brad.
forward to meeting him for a while because, you know, you're my
He's
fictional.
lovely.
Sounds attractive.
How do you two?
A gentleman never tells how he.
But a butler
Hello.
bot.
Well.
The next 3 hours is just you elaborating.
Feel like
And
a
I've got like
timeline.
a clipboard out.
Get your polishing cloth out and you're like. Anyway,
Okay. So the next thing is you wanted to check on the knife, right?
Yes.
Okay. You pull out the knife, and as it comes out, like a bit of blood gushes from the wound. It's a weird looking thing. It's sort of like it's more like a shank. Like it's like this piece of scrap metal, and it's got these sort of plastic bits wrapped around it as a handle. It's very improvised.
I love those kinds of knives. They're so unique, you know? Like it's like an Etsy knife.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So can I keep it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Una has left you by now. Has returned inside. The body's still lying on the stairs. As Una sees you come back, she's like, "Should we put the body back inside? We can maybe cover it up with a blanket or something. I don't know. I've not
Our
not dealt
butler
with a
will
lot
deal
of
with
dead
that.
bodies.
Our butler will deal with that.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, no need to thank me. I'm the one who should be thanking you for everything.
Guys, you can steal his dick.
I wonder whether it's human or not. Is he a human?
He's human. Yeah.
I don't deal in human dicks.
This is a new market that we're bringing.
We could.
Yes. This could be our first.
Our first human dick. I don't know if they work as well transplanted. We could try.
Okay.
Can I try?
Butler
and
Bot, I know you don't have any
sneakily-
forensics, but do you have any science that allows human cyborg transplantation?
I have a bread knife. So
So the answer is yes.
Well, while you're tidying them up, will you get this dick off for me?
You needn't ask.
All right. So you put the body inside and you cover it up, and you cut off his dick with a bread knife. It's gross. It's gory. There's like 7 different colors of fluid like coming out of everywhere. But you have this now sort of limp, dead, bluish dick in your hand.
I place it in one of my martini shakers with ice underneath to keep it cool for transplanting later.
Nice.
And I take it away.
The body is put in the hallway. You covered up with a blanket, and now you are inside the asylum. And you're hearing like shuffling inside. You hear people like talking, mumbling. You hear a bit of rambling every now and then. And you also hear this sort of metallic voice that sounds very preachy. That seems to be talking about purity and its principles.
Blasted purity.
Yeah. That's gonna really piss me off.
Yeah.
So
Can we disable the speakers in any way?
It's actually not coming from a set of speakers. If you take like a few more steps on your left, there's sort of this large common room. You see a lot of people sitting here inside. They're huddled up. Some are talking to themselves. Some are talking with each other, sitting around a table. But a lot of them are sitting on the floor around a hologram that is standing in the middle of the room. And it's a hologram of a woman wearing these bright robes, and she is preaching. And all of the people, they're just sitting around it and sort of in awe, sort of listening to what's being preached by this hologram.
It sounds like one of the videos I've watched earlier.
Yeah, you know the
I know the uniform.
yeah, the uniform. You've done a few shoots wearing it. Yeah.
see if you can sample some to send back as a file. Incorporate this.
Yeah. So she's like, from the beginning, humans were the first and the only true creatures of the Almighty. Blah 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 blah.
Lambda's gonna rage the fuck out if we don't sort that out. Can we interrupt it? Can we try and like figure out a way to interview some people or something? She has blackout rages sometimes.
And I'm aware of this,
Yeah.
as your very close
As when
friend.
we're blackout drunk,
Yeah.
they usually are the majority of the mood. Yeah,
So
great for bar fights.
I sense what's going on because I'm very keen to the people that are around me, and I make my way over and accidentally spill a drink on the hologram projector, trying to make it fritz out and break
Okay.
in your corner of it.
Oh, you warm my cold dead heart.
Do you have like wheels? Do you walk?
I walk. I'm basically my character. He's about 4 feet tall. He used to be like chrome, but he's been all tarnished and dented since he's been out in the
Yeah.
world. So he's walking around with a platter full of drinks, offering it to him, and being like, "Oh, he does." And then he goes, "Oh my!" And then spills it onto the thing, and hopefully he's trying to fritz it out.
So you spill the drink. Some of the people that you're offering the drinks to, they're like. Others just like immediately gulp it down. Others don't even seem to notice you're there. And you knock over the drinks. They fall over on the hologram, and you see sort of at first like it skips a few times. It says like purity, pure, and it stops. And all the people around it, they're just like, what? Where she go? And people are starting to like become uneasy and starting to freak out a little bit.
Oh my goodness!
I thought what?
you're good at talking to people. Take its place.
All right. So you're all probably wondering what just happened.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Wondering why I gathered you here today.
Well, who are you? Are you pure?
That doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, what have you just seen? You were talking to a hologram, correct? But were they actually there?
What?
Like Socrates.
You saw you saw this person, but were you able to touch them?
Are you talking to a single person now, or just addressing everyone?
In a general statement.
Okay. Like a few of them are like really drawn to what you're saying, and others are completely confused, and others are just ignoring and starting to run out of the room. But give me a roll and add your mind to it. But you have like a special speech talent, right? So add the 5, I think it was.
Oh, that's very good, man.
So
15.
15. Okay. You see, like a few of them are starting to run out of the room, but then like they hear your voice, and it's sort of this soothing, calming, but extremely philosophical voice, and you have this natural, this weight to when you speak, and they sort of turn around and like, this guy's making so much sense and stuff I don't understand, and they're just like sitting down, and they all sit down in the same way like they were before with the hologram, but now looking up at you.
And so, to give them the extra comfort, I extend my arm and give everybody one gigantic long side hug.
All right. I love it.
The taser's off, by the way.
Okay, yeah. The arm passes over the crowd, and you hear a few people like going, And some are like, that's nice. And other people say, oh, touching.
This is an example for everybody. You have been fed all of this pure information, but look at me. I am not hurting you. You are comforted by me. And there is nothing bad that is currently happening.
Yeah, but you're not fucking me right now. And
We'll get
that's
to
bad
that.
if you would do that.
We'll get to that
I'll
later. That's all later.
You can talk, but just don't fuck me.
That's
We'll
fine.
see.
Yeah. These people really don't know much about consent. They think the moment that you're not human that it's just going to be rape.
Yes.
Oh wow. When we all know history says humans are the ones that love to rape the most. Then dolphins, then chimps.
All right. In the back of the room is you're now noticing is a cybernetic. It's a man, and he's got this metallic body, this sort of sleek, like athletic-looking metallic body, and he's like sitting in the corner. He's sort of like eyeing you a little bit, and then he gets up, and you recognize him. His name is Ironmouth, and he is one of.
I do recognize that name. That is a very recognizable name.
He's one of Ixlov's current porn stars.
I knew I recognized that name.
Yeah, and his name comes from his talents with his face, but also because he has this very specific sort of metallic jaw that gives him like a very strong look. He says, guys, try to keep it cool. You know, these people aren't maybe as easy around you as you are around them. You know, try to play it a little cool. Not like what was that with the drinks? No need for that.
I'm sorry. Humblest apologies. I
Yeah.
was merely trying to freshen everybody's whistle, as we say on the rim.
Right, maybe not get the crazy people drunk too. Yeah.
Yes, that was foolhardy.
You have an understanding?
But so you just watch them watch that thing all day and you don't do anything about it, even though they're getting brainwashed?
You want to get into this immediately? Fine. I hate the fucking thing. Yes, I hate it. I hate
Well
what it
put.
says. I hate what it does. You know what I hate more? Dying people on the streets. Hate that more than this piece of shit.
Okay, so what are you doing about it other than sitting in the room?
Nothing. I watch them. I take care of them.
Like Brad.
Wait, you know Brad?
That's my boyfriend.
What?
I'm Butler Bot.
He's told me so. Oh, the tray. Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah. He was I should have made that connection when I saw you with the. Okay, cool.
We're here to solve a murder.
Yeah. Shane. Sunan. Yeah, Shane. Yeah.
What were you doing last night? At 5 a.m. A roundabout.
I live here.
What did you see?
The inside of my eyelids. It's 5 a.m. I'm
Or
sleeping.
other times?
Yeah. Evening. What did you do before you went to bed?
I was doing some dishes. I was I'm like the groundskeeper. So let's see, what was I doing? I was doing some like chores. The windows on the outside needed some fixing.
Which side of the building was that?
The front.
I'm sorry. When did you stop making porn?
Oh no, I still make porn.
You still make porn.
Fucking love doing porn.
Okay, so later we have an appointment?
I'm always in.
Cool.
They have a new dick to try.
I shake my martini glass.
He says, this is just a side gig. Porn doesn't pay as well as you might think.
So you went to the Puritans.
Not to the Puritans, to these people. I have a weakness for broken people. What? Because I'm important, I need to be a dick?
Well,
So you have a weakness for broken people.
I used to live a shit life. Places like this were the only thing that helped me through it. Trying to repay my debt. That's all.
Okay.
No, Butler Bot. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Brad told me you were a little bitch. That's right.
Very good bitch.
Yeah.
So when you were cleaning the windows, at what time was that?
Oh, 4, 5 in the afternoon.
Okay, and that was the last time you were outside.
Yeah, I tend to stay inside after. It's not very safe here at night outside.
Are you going to say anything? Can anyone account for your presence inside in the late evening? Do you have anyone that can corroborate?
A few of the clients, maybe. What? Am I a suspect?
No. We're just trying to make sure that we can cross every T and dot every I. And yeah, everyone's a suspect, so don't feel special.
Are there security cameras here?
You know, I can tell you who did it.
Who did it? That's so
It was
useful.
Gustav.
Gustav?
Obviously.
Oh, that's so useful.
Why would Gustav have done it? Who is?
Because he's an asshole.
He's an asshole. So
Yeah.
that immediately would make him a killer.
He's a piece of purity shit.
Okay. Alright, what do you think of Sunan?
Sunan was
Oh, fuck, I keep on doing that. Una. Because it sounds to
Oh.
me like...
Una.
And what did you think of Sunan?
Una's alright. She takes care of the people here. I don't agree with her on everything. She tends to lean towards purity a bit too much for my tastes. Doesn't seem too critical. I guess I can't really speak on that because I'm just sitting here watching that fucking hologram all day. But
Well,
Yeah.
we got rid of the hologram, so.
yeah, but Gustav is coming over. I think today, right? He's just gonna fix it.
May I ask you, what is Gustav's role?
Oh, he's like the purity liaison for our little asylum here.
Oh, do you know any plans he had further than just a hologram?
Oh, I mean, I'm the groundskeeper. He didn't really discuss it with me. Or...
What was the last thing you remember him coming up against purity with?
I think the last bit was just taking out the holograms and editing their programming. I think the last bit wasn't even accorded by purity. But I know that last time that Sunan had a meeting with Gustav, they got into a big fight. Like there was yelling. Gustav stormed out. It wasn't pretty.
When was that?
3 days ago?
Did you overhear that fight at all?
No, just muffled scream, muffled yelling, and yeah.
It seems like Master Dar is our prime suspect.
May I ask?
I see Brad from across the room. I immediately put on a kink collar and then go over and start blowing him.
Brad isn't even phased. He knows the routine. He's like, "What's up, babe?" And he's like, "Oh, these are your friends." Name's Brad. So, what kind of guy do you want Brad to be? What's your boyfriend like?
Well, I don't know.
He's like a dude.
He's like a bro. He's just
Yeah,
a bro.
Fucking get my dick sucked, bro.
Do we interview Brad while he's getting his dick
Yes.
sucked? That's brilliant. And you're eyeing off whether you'll have time to nick it.
No, I'm checking out his technique. I'm like,
All right.
Were you trained by Madam? Okay, so...
So, why are you here, babe?
We're investigating a murder.
Bro, I love how smart you are. He's not even really responding to the fact that his dick is being sucked. He's just, yeah.
Just affection.
Like,
We
this
got a
dude
good
can
thing.
do anything, right? Make a good drink, solve a murder, suck a mean dick. Yeah.
Brad, what's your role here in the asylum?
Oh, I'm just I guess a nurse. Yeah.
Cool.
I guess a nurse.
Your mouth's occupied.
I'm just right now.
Your mouth is
Keep this
occupied.
bottle in it.
So, murder, yeah, it's sad shit, bro. Sunan dead and everything.
It's a total bummer.
I mean, he He wrote out my paychecks. You know, I kind of like that dude.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's shit, man.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
Do you know Gustav?
Nah. It's the guy with the mustache, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he comes by. He's the purity dude, right?
Yeah. Do you think you could murder someone?
I don't know, maybe. I should. Come on, babe.
So how did you meet Butler?
Oh well, it's I would like to say it's a long story, but at some point he just latched on literally, and been together ever since.
Brilliant. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and how long have you been working at the asylum?
Oof. Let's say like a good 5 years. Yeah, I tried doing some other stuff, but guess the crazy people just kind of like me.
Yeah.
I like start really ramping up and putting on the finishing.
Yeah.
touches.
Okay.
It's like, oh, give me.
Well,
I got time for one more question.
while he's orgasming, can I steal something? Maybe a key pass or something?
You already have one key in your
Yeah.
in
I
your
know.
pocket.
Yeah. Maybe other things.
So you want to steal a key of Brad?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has like a little keychain on the side of his pants. Are
The
you?
key for the chastity device around my
Yes,
dick is on
that
that
one.
keychain.
Okay.
While Brad's coming, can I ask him one more question? What his opinion on purity is?
Okay, so these three things are all happening at once. He's coming, you're stealing his keys, and then you're asking him what his opinions of purity are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Role play it.
We're good. Yeah. I need some rolls. First, I'm gonna need you to roll on how well you suck his dick.
Got it. Come on. Oh, a 7.
And let's add. This is whoa.
I feel like
Nimbleness?
nimbleness.
Nimbleness, I feel, yes.
Yep.
And
So
I'm,
10.
I'm gonna allow you to roll with favor, which means you can roll twice and grab the highest one.
Oh, totally. Here we
Because
go.
this is your.
Yeah!
11 plus.
3, 14.
That is
Fucking.
That's a
That-
great orgasm.
That's just how I do.
a interdimensional orgasm. Okay. And you want to roll to steal his stuff. Okay, roll a nimbleness roll and roll it with favor as well because he's extremely distracted.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
I'll go with the 9.
9
So
plus,
4.
13.
so 13. Okay. That is also very good. And then you want to ask him.
Just ask him about his opinion on purity. So
Okay.
I need to roll for that.
Maybe you're just vying for attention at this point.
He's like, they fucking suck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Purity suck. Thank you.
You managed to nick the key. Yeah. He's like
Do I use my cape?
he's like thanks babe, and he like extends like a fist bump. Thanks babe. Yeah. Fucking rad. Yeah. All right. Yeah. They suck.
Okay. All right.
Because I mean, like you literally asked him that while he was getting a blowjob from a cybernetic creature. So
Yeah. But I mean, like, why you're working for them? So you're working here just with a paycheck.
yeah.
There's no moral stance that you have to look after these people or anything like that.
Nah, bro.
No.
No.
Okay. Cool.
No.
Cool.
Gotta
Do you?
pay my bills. Gotta get my drugs. Gotta take care of my my babe here.
My man.
You're the most unlikely couple in the world. It's perfect.
Cool. Do you
Okay.
have any questions, George?
I've just been hugging everybody still. With my really long arm.
Yeah, like this is happening,
still
and you
doing a
hear
reach around
you
thing.
hear like
Yeah.
these small screams like "Ah!" of people just like oh, who are you?
Oh, are you still on that podium doing that
Yeah.
thing?
Mm.
I'll
The
keep everyone
philosophical
distracted.
speech.
The philosophical speech, yes.
It's still going. I'm like, we tune back in and he's going like, so that's, and like, it's just something
Well,
completely random.
Mostly while this was happening, I was just kind of like comforting everybody while, that was happening.
Yeah,
Everybody
that
was a
would be
witness.
scarring for that.
Yes.
Oh yeah, okay.
Especially because it's really impure.
Roll. Give
Oh,
me
that's right.
Yeah.
Shit.
give me another roll, and make it a just do a mind. Oh no, speech roll. No, mind. Just straight up mind. Yeah.
11.
Oof.
Ooh,
11
nicely
plus.
done.
4.
All right.
So 15.
So you were so a few of the people that were in the common room have now started to like really take a liking to you. You have
I'm
like
happy about that.
yeah, within like a half hour or so, you've become like this sort of preacher person, while the holographic preacher person is gone. You see they are they start to calm down around you as well. So yeah, you see that they're keeping an eye on what you're doing, and some of them are like mirroring your behavior. Like if you sit down, they sit down, and if you stand up and busy talking, they're like starting to talk amongst themselves. Yeah.
Cool. So we might be getting a little army.
Okay.
Brain.
Can I quickly compare the 2 keys I have? Are they the same?
No, they're not.
Okay. I'm just a key collector now.
Okay, cool. Let's go
adventure
find some
business.
locked doors. Oh no, we're gonna wait for. Are we gonna wait for
We're gonna
Gustav?
wait for Gustav.
Yeah.
We're gonna ambush him.
Yeah.
How long do we have now?
Another hour.
Another hour. So it took an hour for Brad to come.
Yep.
Cool.
Do we?
Well,
do
no, we
want-
also talked to that weird homeless guy.
Yeah, let's say in total you
You
spent like an hour.
You took offense to that, didn't you? It would not take an hour. Okay, I am
That's
good at my
stamina,
job.
well done.
Yeah, you can tease it out. It's fine.
I do love taking my time, to be honest.
And they love it. As
I know.
Yeah. Like honestly, when I met you for the first time, I was like, why am I not a gay man? Because that'd be some good.
I think you are in here, baby.
Not where it counts, though.
Because we stole it.
Yeah. Damn it.
Still have penis.
Yeah, which is a good thing I'm working for Kiro. So, with the Gustav, what do we feel about? Oh, my leotard just popped open. That's my own personal problem. So do we care about waiting for Gustav to meet him before he meets Una, or do we want to watch from afar them interact before
We would want to catch them before they interact.
Okay, cool. Because we won't really gather much information by spying on them.
Yeah.
From just having a quick chat. Yeah. All right. All right. So we need to find a hiding place for that. And also, I think with those keys, they're probably gonna unlock doors. Yeah, that's what I thought maybe. But
His office.
Yes.
He would have the key to his office. He's a fancy man. Fancy men have offices.
yeah, we can ask Brad where it is.
Brad!
Yeah, babe.
We're looking for Gustav's office. Would you know where that is?
Gustav doesn't work here, bro.
Right. Oh, no.
Sunan's office.
Apologies.
Sunan's office.
And his living quarters.
Babe, don't let that happen again.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Gotta keep him in check. Yeah. tends to get a little off. Yeah. Okay. I may not love him, but he gets a little crazy sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you know that.
Sunan's, like right up the stairs, first door to the right.
That is office and living quarters altogether.
Just the office. He doesn't live here.
Oh yeah, he lives in District 51.
Yeah.
Go on.
Shit. How does he? Do you know how he gets home each night?
I don't know. Takes a cab, I think.
Takes a cab. Okay. Do you know if he orders a cab or he hails a cab?
Usually when he
She's
walks
very
outside, they
detail
automatically
oriented.
just appear.
So he orders one. So we need to see if he ordered one.
Let's go to the office.
On our way.
Hey!
All right.
You're cleaning.
You walk up and you see like a few people are sort of like shuffling down the hall, and as they're passing, one of them sort of latches onto you, and it's like this. It's a guy. He's pretty young for his age. Young for his age. He looks older than he probably is. Like he's got this very worn face, and he's got this sort of wispy hair that's sort of falling over his face. And as you walk past, he grabs onto Lambda. He grabs onto you, and he's like, "Who are you?"
I will literally fuck him up. I've got PTSD bad, so I don't want to kill him. I think I'd just knock him out.
Are you pure?
Clearly not, bro.
Attack this man, Mistress Orion.
What are the things that I have on my? I have a blade and a gun.
You can also just punch him. Like you don't
Oh,
need
yeah,
to
okay.
immediately use a gun.
Sorry, that's what I mean.
Can I intervene and use my arm to grab also my taser to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you need to leave. You can't be here.
Do you do that now?
Yeah. If
Okay.
he grabbed onto you already.
Yeah, please do. Because maybe you guys are fully aware that I am
10.
who will kill.
Plus.
What is it? Nimbleness?
Yeah, nimbleness. No, this is power.
Power. That would be 11 then.
Okay, that's enough to hit him. And now you want to taser him?
Yes.
Okay,
But
so that's a 1d6, right? I think.
Yeah.
And then if you roll a 3, 2, or 4, 5, or a 6, then you also stun him.
The square one.
This one.
No, D6.
D6 is just the regular
normal dice.
Yeah.
2.
That's a
I
2?
don't stun him.
Okay, yeah, so you just smack him in the side of the head? Or what do you want to do?
Yeah, that's my next best option.
Okay. He's like in your face, like, you need to leave! This is not your. And he just gets like smacked in the head and he just like slides down the hallway and he's knocked out.
That's kind of my first interaction with you properly, and knowing Lambda's traits, she would have really fucking liked that.
Daddy issues.
Yeah. Like, well, also just like any sign of kind of loyalty, because the opposite of betrayal. So.
Something persuasion and charismatic.
Yeah. So you're kind of getting in her good books there, because she's also a little bit lazy. I bet she didn't have to do anything as well. Just double points.
Okay, you're going into the office now then? Okay.
Try my multiple keys.
Yeah, the key he had on his person, Sunan had, works.
Surprise.
You open it up, and you are now inside a very well furnished office.
I tried to steal something.
Like what?
The coolest thing I can find, most expensive. That
Uh,
I can also put down my cleavage.
Okay. You find this this little. It's sort of like a yes. The walls are made of penises. No. You find this.
No wonder they didn't like him.
This small sort of golden lockbox.
Drawing a penis.
No, it's a key.
Oh.
Okay, show it to the people.
Also,
This is not. This is. I get that.
Key. I will also draw a penis because we also have a penis with us now.
Penises are the key to the heart.
We're gonna have a marketing campaign for all the penises that we're gonna sell.
Okay, so are there like computer
Yeah, there's
software,
okay. So
books?
you get in. It's a well furnished office. It's got a desk with a large sort of computer system on it. There's like a few nice chairs. There's a couch, and there's sort of like the small salon table. But this seems to be like it's an office. It's a workspace. So
we
the
get
computer is the main object here.
Is the computer password protected?
Very much so.
Ah,
Yeah.
crap! I'm gonna have to hack it.
Just now and
No,
really
I
happy.
don't know
No, but
things.
can we try? I'll try and hack it.
Okay, you can. This is definitely not your expertise.
Oh, who would be better at it?
No
No
one's a
one.
hacker.
Okay, no, it's not my expertise, but
Maybe a thief skill? Thieves might have something.
I'm dumb.
Oh, yeah, okay.
well, because I kind of like I've done a little bit of stuff with like attaching an arm to my arm and shit. I feel like I could maybe do it. I'll try.
Okay, give it a shot. It's going to be a mind roll.
Okay. Oh, crap, that's only a +1.
It's okay.
You got it, baby.
Try your best.
Okay. What do we want?
Say encouraging things.
Okay.
Go for it.
Questions for passwords.
Ah, crap.
That's
It's
a
2.
one.
That's a 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 is a wreck, so that's like no matter what your modifiers are, that's a complete fail. So like you are making your way to the computer to start like working it, but you trip and your fist just slams down on it and you break it.
Ah,
So and
shit.
smoke just comes up from the computer and you destroy it completely.
Okay. Hey guys, I don't think we're gonna get to read his emails.
Can I check in his notebook if he's like written down his passwords?
Oh no. If
That would have been a great.
yeah, and you're like, I'm done. Clearly not.
I was just looking with my golden lockbox.
No passwords. No
Okay, so
passwords
it's fine.
inside. Yeah.
It wouldn't have helped anyway.
Well, like, but it's like, it's, you know, it's...
So the desk has a few drawers as well that you can check if you want.
Yes, yeah, let's check away.
There are a few drawers that aren't locked. You can just open them. You find a few notes in them, notes that he took of meetings and stuff like that. And then the bottom right drawer is locked and seems to be unopenable unless you pick a lock or have a key.
I will try and pick the lock before I try my keys.
Okay, go for it.
Aw, yeah.
Yeah.
Staying sharp.
7.
In total?
Yeah.
I was going to say I'll just shoot it open, but I'm clearly not coming up with some really good ideas. I'm
Yeah,
like
that's
just
enough.
breaking crap.
This isn't a very complex lock. You how does your lock picking work?
I use my normal hands as I am a clone that's basically human looking, apart from I've got glowing green eyes. And then I've got a nice little lock picking set, the rings.
Yeah, you hold down. I vaguely know how to pick a lock even though I've never done it.
That kind of situation.
Good disclaimer.
You hold. I've been watching a lot of The Office lately, so I've been holding back from doing fourth wall breaks. You hold down because there's little columns, and you hold.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I do.
I don't know why I'm trying to explain. There's YouTube videos after this. Go watch them. Have a big look.
All right. It slides open, and inside you find 3 vials of a bright green liquid.
Flash my eyes.
And a note, and the note has a lot of names on it that have all been sort of like written up and then crossed out, written up and then crossed out again, and then the last name has a big circle around it, and the name is Lester. That's been
Lester.
circled.
Okay.
Can I drink one of these liquids?
Sure. You want to identify what it is first, or you just want to drink it?
No, I just want to drink it.
Oh,
Okay.
don't die.
Okay.
I give him like a little toothpick with an olive in it for it.
Oh, can you just put like the moldy dick just flopped over the side of the
It's
glass?
not moldy.
And then could I have just a spritz of lemon lime soda? Shh. Thank you.
All right. Yes. You chug the bottle, and first 10 seconds nothing happens, but then immediately this starts taking effect. Your body starts to sort of like Hulk and morph.
Whoa.
What's happening?
And your limbs grow and sort of they grow like you grow out of your clothes, and your eyes start like glowing bright green, and like between your fingers and cracks in your body also start glowing bright green. And like your mouth starts oozing this green sort of goop, and you are now sort of like transformed into this monstrous version of yourself that is like twice your size. So I'm gonna have to change your statistics because of that. Can I get your...
Shit,
Yeah.
that's disgusting.
While this is happening, Butler Bot is like really turned on by this.
The master cloning!
Looks like Brad has some competition.
What's his mood like?
Are you angry?
Yeah, you are having a lot more difficult of a time controlling your emotions. So you're very driven by basic urges right now. So
Impulsive.
your power increases dramatically, but your mind
Decreases.
decreases.
dramatically, yeah.
And your nimbleness stays more or less the same. Your Thanatos skyrockets. So you are
So I'm not afraid of it.
you are a sort of like a hulking brute right now.
Stomp, stomp.
Stomp
It
stomp.
doesn't really match with your personality.
Nope.
It's great.
Yeah.
Happened to our business.
Yeah.
I was
Check
the
his
mind of
penis.
it.
Oh, yeah, can I just like take a quick sleight of hand peek at the penis?
Yeah. Roll sleight of hand.
Oh wow.
7.
3.
Well, you're gonna be so distracted
Yeah,
by how
like-
big it is.
You're not very subtle. You just sort of
I'm
like,
just-
let me look at the dick.
You okay with this? I asked.
And it's the last thing that transforms. So the moment you sort of like peek under it, it just sort of like.
And like scrolls down like that video I've seen on the internet lately.
Just imagine Butler like,
All right. So big dick.
okay, cool.
It's a good new power. That was so weird.
Poor George Clooney didn't have a
and-
big dick before. Like, it's good new power.
It's around this time that you hear some noise in the hallway, and you hear Una. She's coming through the hallway, and you hear her saying, "Oh, Mr. Da'ar, how good of you to come.
Shit.
Shit.
We're late.
Please, come in." And you hear this voice, this very nasal sort of voice. Yes, it's about time that I came by here again. Please, a drink will be nice, and a place to discuss.
Should we grab
Grab
him or are we gonna let him go?
Just let him go. We'll follow.
Okay, hearing that, I like blast out and like serve a drink for him.
He's like, oh, and who are you then?
Me, I'm a mere butler bot.
And Una is eyeing you like,
I work here at the asylum as a humble servant.
and Gustav, like he's a human. He's very he's got like this very frail posture, and he has like a mustache and like a bit of a beard, and his hair is like very neat, and he's wearing very neat clothes as well. He's like he looks very very taken care of. He like you serve him a drink, and he's like he takes the drink and he looks at Una and he says, "It was about time that you took a bit better care of your guests." And he's like, and good to see a cybernetic who knows its place.
I certainly do.
Is Gustav and Butler Bot downstairs now?
Yeah.
And we're all still upstairs.
We're
Yeah.
chasing.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
you can chase after him.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I walk down the stairs and then, as my hulking body takes its first step, I just break the staircase and I fall down?
Okay, let's see if it holds you. No, it holds you. Like you start the you make your way, and you can you can look down in the hallway. And Gustav and Una, they look up and they see this sort of monstrous figure standing over them, and you hear like the floor beneath like it's sort of like creaking, but it's not breaking. And Gustav's like, "My God, what is this monster? What have you brought into our asylum? We will not pay for this creature." And Una's like, I swear I don't know how he got inside. Guys, what is going on here?
Get up in Gustav's face. You fucking killed him!
Yes!
I fucking killed who?
That guy that's dead over there.
Who's dead?
Plugged it.
Sooner.
This guy!
He's like, oh my god, no, stop. Stop.
What were you doing at 5 a.m. this morning?
Sleeping. Now,
Prove it.
who died?
Prove it.
How?
All right. Soonan's dead.
No, wait, stop. What is this monster doing here? Get it out of here, now.
I'll handle that. And I go over and I pop a collar on him and a chain on him. Just like walk away somewhere.
Role reversal.
Una,
Yeah.
Una's looking at you and then
Am I
at
still
you.
drooling?
And
Stuff?
Sorry?
Am I still drooling
Yes.
green liquid?
Yeah.
Okay, all over the place.
Who is standing closest to Una right now?
Not me.
You? Roll a mind roll.
Ooh.
7 + 1, 8.
All right. For an 8, you see she's looking at you, and you see there's sort of like a fear in her eyes, but there's also
She's attracted.
well, no.
She knows things.
She's
She knows what that
She's
would
looking.
come from.
She. You also see surprise in her eyes, like how? What?
Okay.
Suspicious. I do not understand.
Okay. We need to separate them. Like Gustav and Una. You want to somehow like? Can we get you to do the whole like submissive thing and like take him away and like go like I've got more.
Well, I'm
drinks."
already. I got this one on a leash. We're going.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think we're gonna go see Brad and just see if we can heal him possibly.
You're gonna have a threesome.
Well, okay, yeah, we do that. We do that. It's 100% what's happening.
We're gonna go see Brad and see if Brad could heal him.
We're gonna go
Brad the
Brad's
bro.
like into it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm like really good with chemistry and shit.
Okay.
Do you tell me about her knowing things?
Yeah. Can I just give you a little like? Can I try and communicate it with Gloria
Eyebrows.
through her? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I.
You're party buddies, right? So
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
have a rapport of like you spend most of your times in clubs together, so you have to
Yeah.
be able to communicate non-verbally.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. And
Okay.
you know, ketamine does that. So.
Oh yeah.
All right. So yeah. So.
So you bring our Georgie boy. You put him on a leash and you take him somewhere.
We go to Brad's. We go straight to Brad's.
Okay. And you go along with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
George Clooney, he's very into sex and love.
Can you move the nuts away from me?
Gustav is
No, right?
Gustav is standing there with Una and he's like,
I like that.
Una, I see you. If you're starting the minute. Wait, where's Suna? Una says, "Well, that's the thing. He's dead." And Gustav says, "What?"
Do I believe his genuine surprise?
Roll mind.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Do I roll mine as well?
Sure.
9. That's me counting
6.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on, like between the monster being towed somewhere and this guy just coming in, and then the drinks being served. So there's a lot. You can see that you don't feel like there's nothing obvious that says he's lying or that he's. But it's
that. I
difficult to
believe
say.
him. I'm very
Yeah,
trusting.
you tend to believe in that.
I don't trust anybody. Does it with my 6 though? Because like I would have posed the question slightly differently
Right.
than Gloria, but like I don't trust anyone naturally anyway, so I don't think I would trust him.
He says, well, never cared much for that man anyway. Fine, so now it's you, Una, I guess. And she says, oh, yes, I'm now taking over for Sunan. Good. Let's sit down. We have some things to discuss. You, out of the way.
I will follow them very sneakily.
Okay, give me a nimbleness roll.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Ooh.
2. Oh,
I wanna
Sorry.
command that I speak to both of them. Like,
Yeah, they're already walking off. So what do you mean command?
oh right, I didn't realize they were walking off. I thought they were gonna.
No, they're walking off to somewhere to sit down.
I'm suspiciously following them.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, way too suspiciously. Yeah, so they walk like around. They're walking up the stairs like towards the offices, and they just hear you like tap 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 walking up the stairs, and they turn around and Una's like,
The toilet's not up. So that was that. All right. Can I roll to take over trying to follow them if Gloria's been found?
yeah, but they're now super aware of what's going on
So
behind
that's
them.
not
So you
good.
can do it, but then you roll with ill favor. So you roll twice and you grab the lowest one.
What do you reckon?
Let's go back to Brad. Let's find out where the office is.
Where is Brad? Where is
Here
our
at the
threesome,
door.
by the
You
way?
are. He's in one of the sort of like the what do you call it, dormitories? I think, or the where they sleep.
And that's
Yeah.
downstairs?
No, that's also upstairs.
Also upstairs. Right. So we're already there.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just like making the bed, and you come in with this leashed creature.
Like,
And-
Brad, fuck me with this guy.
And he's like, the moment he hears your voice, he's already starting to unzip his pants. Yeah, bro. And he turns around, he's like, holy yes. Yep.
I have 2 more vials, guys. We can have a monster threesome.
Is that what we walk into? That's what we walk
Yes.
Are you taking, like, for you, it won't work. You're a cybernetic, so the vial won't have
Oh,
any
I'm not
effect.
taking the vial.
Okay.
No.
I offer it to
I'm
Brad.
straight edge.
Brad's like, no, man, I work.
Okay. Real quick, Brad, before this threesome, do you know where Una's office is?
Oh, yeah, it's like, well, she uses Sunan's office now, you know.
Okay.
Is that where they went? Or did they go to another room? They didn't go back to Sunan's office, did they?
They were walking that direction. Yeah.
Okay, we gotta be super sneaky. There's so many cookies and nuts in this asylum. It's crazy.
Okay.
Well,
Are you good on your threesome? Do you want to do your job or not?
Are you consenting?
What? Yes, I'm consenting. But I feel like with my lowered mind stat and much more, you know,
Brawny.
I was gonna say girth.
Yeah.
I think I'm good where I'm at.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Knowing the size of his penis, do I know if it'll fit in his?
Never.
Okay.
Nope.
Cool. Cool.
Well,
Something we'll never
never say never
Yeah.
with that thing.
Yeah.
Now we're getting very personal.
Us ladies will have to solve a murder
We'll be with you soon.
in roughly
You're,
10 minutes time.
You're in this room together, and Ironmouth comes in, and he's
It's
like,
gonna be another threesome.
he takes one step. Is like, whoa, you guys should do porn. Also, I lost my yeah, you're investigating, right? Yeah. I lost my key to the basement, or I didn't lose it. I never lose it. Somebody took it.
Okay.
Just saying.
When was the last time? Oh, sorry.
I saw it yesterday.
Yesterday.
Evening.
Nobody ever goes there. There's nothing there.
Oh shit.
So I don't understand why anybody would take it. I don't understand what's going on. But I thought you should know probably.
Thanks.
Thank you.
But I also see you're sort of tied up, literally, in something. But maybe
You can join us.
Yeah, I'm good. It's work, you know? Don't wanna. I'm trying to keep one job apart from the other.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question? Oh, you.
After you.
Do you know if Sunan would have any copies to those keys, or Una?
No.
It's
No,
ju-
nobody. No.
There's one key to the basement.
As far as I know, nobody uses it.
So many keys. God. Well, no, too little. I feel like they should have a copy of.
The only thing I love more than a good romp is a mystery. I vote we take this hulking brute of a man downstairs, kick open whatever doors we need,
Yeah.
find out what's in that basement.
Oh, you don't usually take charge.
Brad,
Brad,
this collar has really done something to me.
Brad is like, babe, tone it down. Chill the fuck out.
Being
Yes,
being one in the collar, even though I am very hulking out, I very politely ask, can I come first?
Of course, and then I finish him off very quickly.
It's green.
It's the same. It's like a...
Yeah, it's all
Party
just
session
green
with
goop
one
coming
guy.
out of every orifice. Yeah.
Okay, so are we abandoning Sunan's office? We're going to go basement.
While there's just doing that, we'll just quickly listen at the door, maybe.
Yeah.
Just a real quick listen at the door.
Just
while
real-
they're
Okay.
just
Give me
real quick
a
listen.
give me a mind roll.
Both of us or?
Oh, just the one.
Oh, perfect, thank you.
Oof. Plus anything? Total is 12. You hear that Una is really giving in to Gustav. Gustav is saying like, I never liked that Sunan in the first place, always coming in with his plans, never being grateful enough for the money. You would think that after all these years he would finally say a small thank you. Never. Always blocking our ideas, always removing our holograms. I mean, I don't say this easily, but I guess it's fine. He's dead. And Una is like awfully quiet, and she's like, "Well, yes, I understand that it was a difficult position to be in. Obviously, it's very sad, but please rest assured that from now on, I will be more cooperative than Sunan was, and I will make sure that we get Glory's path to where it needs to be. I think we can be friends." And he's like, "Oh, we'll see about that. Sounds good."
This bitch.
Evil. Okay, we run back to these guys. We go upstairs. We're like, oh, this guy sucks.
This guy sucks. Let's go.
Fucking bitch. Hate her.
I've got a mini plan for next.
Love it. Let's do it.
Okay, next time we see Una, you know, I've got those stars that create make people really attracted to me.
Mm-hmm.
I could get the truth out of her that way if she's really into me. Maybe.
Love it.
Yeah.
If
How many
not,
stars
we
is this?
punch her up.
Yeah. Well, I think we do that anyway. And how many stars do I have?
You've got enough to throw one full hand of stars, which is 5 stars, let's say.
Okay. Okay. So I can't save them because
5 stars.
my
Sure
first
you do.
plan. I wrote
5
this plan
stars.
down. I wrote this plan down 20 minutes ago.
Ah.
But it was for Gustav first, and then I was like,
Fuck your stuff.
yeah, I don't think we need it for Gustav. We could do it to embarrass him, for him to be into a cyborg.
You've written down plan.
Fuck up all of the plans the assessor had and make my own.
Yeah. My notes really aren't helping. I drew what Ironmouth's jaw looked like because he said he has a big jaw. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll make sure I. Yeah, go on.
Good notes. Okay,
Yeah.
so are you now making your way downstairs towards
Yes.
the basement?
Yeah.
Basement.
Okay. So you make your way down, and you pass through the storage room. The storage room is where Ironmouth is. He brings you there, and that's where he has his overalls, his tools, and he shows you. He's like, it's supposed to be here, and he opens up this sort of toolbox, and he shows it to you, and it has this sort of wrench kind of thing that is supposed to fit on the cellar or the basement hatch, and he says it's gone, and I don't understand because there's literally nothing there. So
There is now.
yeah,
That's the problem. How we.
What did that shiv look like?
How thick is this metal of this door?
Did the
Of the-
shit
of
look
the
like
hatch?
a wrench?
it's it looks fairly thick, but nothing. You
Not
feel like
impenetrable.
not impenetrable. Definitely not. No.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking maybe I'll roll for shooting it, and then when I weaken it, you kick it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hold up my 2 very small keys just to check.
Yeah, they don't really fit.
You gotta be diligent. Okay. Oh. Okay.
So you're
Am I
Yeah.
rolling to?
Yeah. Shoot.
it.
Damn
Oh,
it,
you didn't
crap.
shoot it.
Is that for power?
Yeah, but you're shooting. Yeah, but you wait. Sorry, no, you're shooting a static
Oh, 1d8.
object from
This is
from
a
1
12
meter
one.
distance. So you're good. You managed to shoot it. It's fine.
Okay.
It's a static. It's
But
just
then
sitting there.
am I doing the gun with the 6-side one?
Yep.
So I use the 12-side one.
Yeah. You can just roll
Just one.
damage. Yeah.
Okay.
So 1d6. So
Yeah,
that's
so-
the regular one. Just like a
Oh,
square.
I'm
Yeah,
so
cube.
stupid.
I did the same exact
So it's a
thing.
7-1.
Alive.
Okay, yeah, you blast most of the lock off, and it's sort of it's still hinged at sort of one corner, but it's almost completely blown open now.
I hate that he killed my dad, but I love this arm. All right,
Okay,
cool.
and then I guess I'm just gonna use my arm to try to pull
All right,
the rest of it out.
go for it. Give a power roll.
Oh boy.
2.
Yeah,
So 6.
yeah, you can roll this with favor, because you have time to just rip it open.
Oh.
6 plus
So,
4,
So 10.
10. All right. Yeah, you you pull it and you just rip the thing out of the ground, and you hear this squeaking of metal, and just bits fly everywhere. And Iron Moss whoa. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah. And he says, "Look out for the rats. There's rats, big rats. Just saying."
Okay.
Can I be
I'm
scared of
rat.
rats and let out a very high, but
You can.
So
give me. Let's hear it. Yeah, for a big guy.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. You make your way down, and it's completely dark, and but there's a lot of dust everywhere, because this place is obviously never used. But you can see footprints going through the dust, and it's not just one set of footprints. Who's in the front?
I will be.
Roll me a mind roll.
10.
Okay, not bad. You see that there's multiple sets of footprints going up and down through the dust. You can't really say how many, but there's definitely a few. and they all seem to be going towards a crate that's positioned against the wall, and the footsteps disappear under the crate.
Does it look like there are the same amount of footsteps going there as going back?
Yes.
Do they all have the same shoe prints, marks?
No.
No.
Okay, and what's the crate mean?
behind that crate?
Let's quietly approach the crate.
We're gonna open it.
We
do sneak on the
crate.
Get my gun ready just in case, just for Gloria's sake. If she's gonna.
Oh, thanks, man.
Definitely.
Got you back.
Yeah, you can see that in the dust. You can see that the crate has been moved before. You can see like the shape of it being.
So we know which way to push it.
Yeah, if you want to push it the same way. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay.
Not if there's more rats.
Okay,
Right.
you push it. Okay, you push the crate out of the way, and the moment you like pull it to the side, you hear this sort of this squeaking, this noise, and out of this hole in the wall come pouring all of these rats. But they're not regular rats. They have green glowing eyes, and green goop is coming from the corner of their mouths, and they're sort of like clawing at each other, and they're sort of running towards you. And we are going into combat right now.
God! Yes!
The
We've
rats!
got to kill some rats.
Okay, so all of you, give me a Thanatos roll.
Is that with the 12 one?
Yeah, 12 and add your Thanatos.
10.
10.
1.
7
One.
plus
I
that,
got a
so that's
natural
22
one. Do I
for
still
me.
get to
Oh
add
no,
20?
that's max libido. Sorry,
Sorry.
11.
11.
Is it
And-
a 5 or a 15?
5, sorry,
It's a
yeah.
5?
Do
So
I
I
still
have
oh, I'm
11.
sorry.
11.
Do I still add my Thanatos if I rolled an actual
Yep.
one? Okay, I got 4.
Okay. All right. Okay. The rats come pouring out of this hole, and there's just this swarm of them, and they're like spreading across the floor, and they're sort of like surrounding you and coming at you from all angles. And you can see as they're running, they're sort of like spitting out these green bits of goop just falling on the floor, and you see like it's done something to their bodies. It's very similar to what
Are
you
these-
look like right now.
So are these cybernetic rats?
No.
Cyborg rats? No, they're
No,
just regular
they're
rats.
just regular rats. And when they pour in, you can see that behind them is this one big motherfucking rat, and it's like nothing you've ever seen. It's this huge monstrous thing, and it's like it's gurgling this green fluid, and you can see that it's sort of like saving up to sort of like spit something out. So that one's in the back. All the other rats are in the front and sort of charging towards you.
Shit.
George Clooney, you're up first. What do you want to do?
Oh my god.
But you're
Well,
scared.
yeah, I'm extremely scared. So, I'm going to impulsively cry. And also extend my arm and just start and activate the taser and just start sweeping around trying to hit everything that I can.
All right,
Whoa.
give me a power roll. That worked out pretty nicely, actually. That's
7.
power. Okay, 7. Okay, you give me a 1d4. Oh, sorry, 1d6, right? Yeah, 1d6.
Hey,
6.
6. That's
Set. Ooh, that's not bad. Okay, so in this case, the 6 is going to stand for the amount of rats you're able to hit.
Shit.
So you like 6 and then you just sort of you zap them all, and you hear sort of like this little squeak, and they like fall off onto their back. It's like this little twitch, and you see like these little electrical currents still going over their bodies, but they're sort of like just lying on the floor. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all.
Sounds great to me.
So you take out about like a quarter of the rats are now sort of just like zapping on the ground.
nice.
Well done, Georgie.
Yep. Oh right,
This
and
is why
it's,
you drink.
Yeah.
but it of course also does damage. So roll me another d6.
Also
6.
No way.
Mister.
Okay, yeah, you kill all 6 of those.
Cool.
So you just like you sweep over them, and you just sort of like you grab them all, and first you electrocute them, and then you slam them against the wall, like they just, and you see this green sort of splat, just green goop going everywhere. Like, do you let out a sort of war cry? Anything cool?
Oh, I am already crying.
Yeah. All right. Lambda, you're up next.
Okay. I was thinking about going straight to shooting the boss rat at the back.
Okay.
Just constantly.
Okay. So let's roll to hit. So give me a d12.
6.
That's a 9, babe.
That's
Oh, it's
fine.
9. Good.
Yeah.
Thank God. 9 plus what?
Is it a 9 total?
Yeah, but no. What am I plus into it? Power or
Oh, this is a nimbleness. Range weapons are nimbleness.
11 total.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely a hit.
Okay, good.
So give me a damage roll then. For the gun is 1d6 or 1d8?
Gun is 1d6.
Okay.
3.
3. All right.
Is that great?
Yeah, you hit him and you scrape the side of his head and you see that where the bullet hits, like it tears open his skin and just more green shit, like more green goop starts pouring out.
Good shot.
You're so encouraging. I'm so disappointed in it.
Gloria.
I will go back to back with my buddy here and just punch the nearest rats.
Nice.
Just punching rats.
Yes, girl.
That's 15.
Yeah, that will do. That will do. Okay, give me 2d4s.
3 plus 4, 7.
7?
7.
All right, not bad. Now give me another 2d4. Let's say the first is for the amount of rats you hit, and then the second one is for the damage.
7 again.
7? All right. Yeah, you obliterate 7 of these rats. You just like. Is it karate? Is it boxing? Is it what is it?
Just punching.
Just punching. And you.
It's just punch.
Right, like your fists are just covered in green like shit, mixed with sort of blood, and it's extremely gross.
Yeah.
All right, then up next are the rats, and the rats are they're going to attack. They're going to attack Butler.
We just established something good.
Okay, so like 2 group of rats come at you, and they sort of they lunge at you, and they're sort of like trying to grab your throat and anywhere they can sink their teeth in. Mm-hmm. And the first group you manage to sort of like fend off.
Yep.
But the second group manages to latch on and starts tearing at your wiring and starts like ripping open the side of your
wiring.
Yeah, bro, you're wiring, bro. And you take. They rip you open for 5 damage.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, that's half my HP. Good gravy.
Yeah, they are completely mad with sort of rage, and it seems also that when they bite, like the sort of green stuff coming out of them, it's making it worse. Like it's biting into your circuits and stuff. Mm-hmm. Something that you also now see happening, and something that might be interesting for you to utilize in some way. Mm-hmm. Then it's Butler Bot. It's your turn.
Okay, so I got all these rats on me. I gotta get these rats off of me. Luckily, I keep my cool. I take out my bread knife. I take out bread. I cut it open. I start making a sandwich loaded with cheese. You've got Gouda on this thing. You got mozzarella, because rats love cheese. You got cheddar. It is like a multi-cheese sympathy.
Mauled.
And I pick a sandwich, and then like waggle it in front of them. And like, chuck it over there.
Okay.
Not poisoning it or anything.
No.
No.
It's
Just
Just a distraction. Okay, let's make this. We're gonna do a nimbleness because this is the fastest sandwich anybody has ever made in the history of mankind, or a history of droid kind. Sorry.
Okay.
So give me a nimbleness.
All right. I roll a 3 with a
6.
3, so I get 6.
Oof. Okay, it's barely sandwich. It's just like bread, cheese, no! And you chug it, and it just like flies everywhere. And these are obviously like culinary inclined rats, so they're less attracted to sandwiches that don't look as good, obviously. So let's roll to see how many of them are affected by this. Okay. You managed to lure away 4 rats. Like you throw away the ingredients, essentially the parts of a sandwich, and a few of them start chasing after it. And you see, like when they start eating it, like their mouth opens extremely wide and just sort of like they just chomp it down all at the same time. So they're
Not
all
from Fantastic Four, from the movie.
Oh, right.
so they're all still alive, but at least a few of them are now busy chomping down what's supposed to be a sandwich.
God, this is making me hungrier.
Did you get food before you came on?
Okay.
Oh, baby.
Next up is the big rat.
Shit.
And it sets.
Already has
He's a bit
sets
damaged though, isn't he?
yeah, a little bit. But he like sets a few steps into the room, and you see him sort of like. And he's gurgling, and like his mouth opens, and it just sort of vomits this green spit, just starts pouring out of him, and he sort of just like does a sweep, and he is going to hit two of you, and it's going to be. It's going to be Gloria and George.
How does this green goop affect me since I am also green gloopy?
We're gonna find out.
That's interesting.
So roll a Thanatos. We're gonna see how you manage. Like this green goop is coming at you. Let's see how well you manage to
Ooh,
react.
13.
6, I have 11.
Oof, that's both really good. Okay, you like this green stuff is coming at you, and you sort of like just jump out of the way. Like a bit of your clothes are still affected. And you see it sort of like shh, it's like sizzling and sizzling. You also manage to jump out of the way, but also you like the stuff coming out of you is exactly the same stuff that's being lunged at you. So you kind of feel that it might not be such of a problem for you personally.
But is he wrong?
Okay, then we're going back to George Clooney because it's your turn again.
It's my turn. Okay, well, since we got one big ass rat and I'm also green and gloopy, I'm just gonna fucking go for it. I'm me, I'm hulky, I'm angry.
Go for it.
Alright, so
And
I'm
still
just-
crying?
Yeah, and still crying.
I like this.
I love that he's brave and crying.
Mm-hmm.
8. So this is with a power roll?
Yes.
That would be a 12.
All right. Yeah. Ooh, your rolls are good.
Boom.
Okay.
I
You.
practiced my rolling before.
Yeah. And those dice are also weighted. Yeah. Okay. Give me a damage roll.
Damage roll?
Yeah. So that's for your. Oh yeah. You definitely do more. You're just trying to punch him. Now.
Well, yeah, I'm just like flailing.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. Your fists now do 1d8.
Oh, nice.
You have become this powerhouse of a beast.
That looks like an 8 to me.
7.
Oof.
Ooh.
Not bad. Okay, so you describe how you do this.
Okay, so I'm running at him and I'm just essentially trying to keep him from spraying green glue all over everybody else.
Yeah.
So I run directly towards his face and I try to use my extending arm to keep his mouth closed while I just kick and punch the rest of him.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you like slam his mouth shut, and you can see the green stuff just like coming through his teeth. And he's like trying to snap at you, but you just like keep whacking on him, and you don't kill him, but he's definitely like he's very dazed, and you can see like his skull starting to cave in, and it's just green gross shit everywhere. Like you can see a bit of his brains exposed, but it doesn't seem to stop him for some reason. It's just madness.
I'm so like there.
Lambda,
Okay.
you're up.
All right. So you're all over him,
Yeah.
but he's still moving.
Yeah.
I want to use my blade this time and try and get. I feel like if his brain is, then I need to go for his heart. So I want to try and like stab at the rat's chest.
Go for it. I'm gonna give you a favored roll because you were holding it.
Okay.
So go for it.
So with the 12 dice.
Yes.
Try to do it twice.
So you got
For Christ's sake, the
They're wicked.
8
That's pretty good.
Plus
plus
power.
4, so 12.
Yeah. Okay. You stab him real good. Give me a damage roll. It's 1d8, I think. For
Oh
your
yeah, you
sword.
got an 8
Oh.
for your blade.
Yeah.
Good, because that was shit. So which one's this one?
No, you got this guy over here.
Oh my god. I've never played before.
Wow.
What? One?
She's meant to be a badass bitch. She fucking.
Yeah. So you slam down the blade, and like it's squirming all over the place. Like you're holding its face, but the rest of the body's just like swinging from side to side. So you slam it down, and you manage to cut its tail off.
Nice.
And you can see sort of like it's starting to slow its movement, and it's just like slowing down, and it's still scratching, but it's extremely weakened.
Hey, this tail would be good for business.
Yes.
Yeah.
We take it.
It's not your turn. Well, it is your turn.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. You can grab it.
I'll grab the tail.
It's very gross.
Great. And then also with my other hand, punch.
Okay, go for it. Roll a d12. Add your power.
Nice.
I
Oh,
got
nimbleness.
12.
12?
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. So now you get to roll everything double.
Oh shit, that's a lot.
So that's 4d4, right?
Okay, 2, 6,
6.
Whoa.
8.
11.
11?
Holy shamoly.
Yeah, like you punch him 4 times.
With
and
just my left hand.
Yeah.
The other one's got a rat in it.
And it's like his body just explodes. Just
Whoa.
like punch 1, poof, there goes the head against the wall. Punch 2, boom, there goes the rib cage. Then punch 4, like all of his body parts are just like flinging through the room. And and you're still holding its tail.
Lambda is feeling super inadequate right now.
It is very much dead. Yes.
Yes.
Proud of you.
But
I killed it for you.
the smaller rats are still here. You can see they're now starting to become panicked. The big one was sort of their leader in some way. So they're like less coordinated, and some of them are starting to scurry off into the corners. But a few of them are still sort of like already in combat and very much they've got like
Tunnel vision.
Yeah, tunnel vision. It's just fighting, and they're going to be attacking George again. And they're going to.
And you could be their new daddy rat.
What is your shield value?
7.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Ooh.
And
I'm not ready to be a dad.
they run up to you, and like 2 of them bite you simultaneously in your Achilles heel.
Okay.
So they sort of like they bite you at the same time. So you sort of like you collapse on your knees, and you take 4 damage
4 damage. You stole my pencil.
to your libido. Oh wait, I think I have one too many here. Sorry. Okay, then next up, it's your turn, George.
Yeah, I don't really know what to do now.
Kill them rats, baby.
Kill them, right?
Finish him off.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try to grab them both with my taser on, off of my heels.
Yep. Roll a d12 first.
D12.
Yeah. It's not too good.
And that would be with nimbleness in this case, or power?
Power.
Power. That would be 7 total.
Oh, that's still enough in this case. The rats aren't all that hard to hit. Okay, that's enough. So roll me damage.
6.
Whoa. Okay. Roll me one more d6.
Gonna murder these rats.
Yeah.
What? That's a 4th 6 in a row. Okay, you kill them all. Okay, the remaining rats.
I really didn't like rats.
Yeah. It's like the last 10 seconds of this battlefield have just been body parts flying everywhere. Just like first you, then you with the arm. It's just green splatter everywhere, and the other rats scurry off, and that's the end of your first battle, and you won gloriously.
Did it! Well done, everybody.
You killed the rats. You killed almost all of them. The rest scurried off. You're now standing. But yeah, you're you're still crying.
I will come for you.
I'm getting there. It's fine.
But you're much higher than me, so.
How are all of you feeling after the battle? What's going through your characters
I'm
right
very
now?
confused because my tears are green. Everything's green. I didn't even like green to begin with.
Dabbing his eyes with my little handkerchief.
Thank you, Bobby.
I'm even book on.
We'll meet up with Bradley.
Scale out though. We've got some more products to sell,
This is true.
so it'll be okay.
I'm pretty pissed off with myself, which usually I think I'm gonna have a temper tantrum.
Which means?
Like I want to beat a wall up or
Punch
something.
us in the
Prove-
crate.
Yeah. Can I try and break the crate?
Sure.
If I don't break the crate, I'm probably gonna kill myself.
Is that an option?
Yeah.
All right.
It usually ends with everybody offing themselves. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, go for it.
Is that this one?
Yeah. And add your power.
Okay. Oh, good. 11 plus 4, 15.
Okay. Yeah,
So I
sure.
assert dominance.
Yeah. So you like in a fit of rage, you punch through this crate that is empty and lifeless and not very impressed.
Gives me some form of relief.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
That crate never saw what hit it.
Oh, great. Yeah,
All right.
that's Butler made me feel better.
You're standing in front of this hole in the wall, this sort of this gaping hole towards the sewers,
This.
and you hear just like this water or this fluid, just doing sewery things, being gross, and there is seemingly an opening here that leads somewhere.
The glory hole master should
Yeah,
probably take
I
it.
got this, guys.
She's naturally drawn to it.
Yeah. I see if there are any dicks to suck through the hole.
No, kidding. No dicks.
Let's go through the
That
hole.
would have been great for
Okay.
Christmas.
Yeah. Just chop them right off.
Yeah,
Do we need light?
You don't. You're a cybernetic. You can see in the dark. And I'm gonna say that you probably also have like a flashlight or something somewhere.
Yep. I just on the side of my head and it goes bloop.
Okay.
Making cocktails in the dark.
Like to your right, there's this stream of sewage water just like passing by, and sort of to the left of it, there's this little path that leads that goes parallel to the stream, and that seems to go into the darkness.
Like
Is
what?
my green liquid glowing?
Sort of, yeah.
Sort of.
Same for the rats.
Natural light source.
Oh yeah, a bit like bioluminescence kind of. Yeah.
Can I grab one of the dead rat bodies and pop it in the room and see if it glows as it goes down?
Smart. Yeah, that works.
Okay. Do I need to roll for that? Because that's just good. Because that's just picking up a dead rat.
Yeah.
No need to roll. You drop it and it sort of slides slowly through this tunnel. And at some point you see to the left, you see that there's an opening in the wall. Like it's this round-shaped tunnel. And on the left there's an opening.
Okay. And how can we reach that opening?
Yeah, it's like 50 meters.
15 meters, so we'd have to go through the water.
No,
No.
the path just follows the water and then takes it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Shall we?
Yes.
You follow the path and you come to this small door that has like this little window in it, but it's very dirty, so you can't really see through it. You vaguely see something. There's this logo of this like electricity sign on it, and inside you hear like this whirring of some sort of generator kind of sound.
Okay. Smash the window.
Yeah, you smash it, but the door just sort of slides open at the same
So
time.
dominant!
Good push.
And I have little streamers that just say Mistress Orion.
It feels like Butler has like these small confetti cannons, and anything something nice happens, it's like.
He's used to me having breakdowns.
Yeah. Okay, so the door sort of creaks open, and it's like a generator room. It's a very small room. There's like tubing everywhere and sewage pipes, but there's also this desk, and above the desk is a wall that's been like completely plastered with pieces of paper, and across it like had been written all of these words like Lester makes pure
Oh my god.
and purity forever and kill the clones, and it's just like mad. It's just like very sort of crazed purity scribblings all over the walls.
Okay.
And on the desk is a rat, and it's been completely torn open. And next to it is a broken vial of this green goop that you found in the desk. And it's sort of been poured over this rat, and you see its eyes sort of glowing, and it's sort of like twitching. That's like twitch. And the rat has been cut open with a knife that looks very similar to the knife you found in the back of
I've got it
Suna.
with me. I took it. We can compare the pair.
Let's compare knives.
No, okay.
Yeah, they don't look the same, but they look to be made in the same manner. Like it's just this piece of scrap metal bound together with some plastic. It's very makeshift.
Okay, so they're not very experienced in making shanks, but they have.
Multiple shanks.
Yeah, and they have the ambition.
Yeah.
They know how they want to do it, but do they do it well?
Yeah. Can we identify like? So it's made of a bit of metal, a bit of plastic. Does any of the metal in the immediate area kind of look similar to that?
You can roll me mind roll to see. Let's make this sort of like an investigation to see what you can find out.
Christ's sake! 3 for mine. So I guess I just fucking.
Yeah, you're
Like,
too,
is this metal? It's like the tail of a rat or something.
you're too emotional right now. You're too
Yeah.
emotional.
Are there drawers in this desk?
No, it's just like a workbench kind of thing. Yeah.
I start tidying up, but also like keeping an eye for like things that might be clues.
Yeah.
Tidying up poo.
Just tidying up the lab.
All of you give me a mind roll.
Ooh,
13.
nice.
11.
Tenor for the spot.
Okay. George, you're out of it, too much out of it right now in your current state. But you three can see that the
Hulk just doing
the
that.
footprints. I mean, it's not as dusty here, but there are a lot of footprints here as well, and you can see that like it's been busy here. Like a lot of people have been coming in and out.
Different people.
Yeah, you see different footprints, and you also see like there's
Different shoe sizes?
sure. Well, you don't know.
I see.
You can see that there's also this in the middle of the room. You can see that there's sort of like a circle. That it looks like they've been standing in a circle.
Okay.
I do not know what's happening here, guys.
So-
Is this circle surrounding the dead rat?
No.
Suspicious.
So should we all stand in the same place that they are and then just look around at
And
what?
chant.
Yes.
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 Let's do that. We hold hands in a circle
Mhm.
and chant.
Oh, like we're at the end of the it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything above where they would be standing?
No.
No. And there's nothing below? No. And the feet are facing inwards?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there any signs of a hologram?
There is not.
Genius.
But
There was.
there might have been. Like there's you can see that the circle in the middle is very there something stood here. You can see
Okay.
that.
Okay. How big is this room again?
Small, it's like this.
I punched the floor.
It hurts your knuckles.
Like now I don't look like the one that's join me on this anger train. Okay.
I just don't understand. I punch more things.
What else do you punch?
Anything I can see.
You just
You
started.
start punching your colleagues.
No, not my friends.
I'll take a
Just
few
to
lumps.
understand. What's in? Maybe there's a hollow thing.
Mm.
You know, maybe there's a secret door. Just punching things.
So
Maybe
the-
looking
Just
for a
random
secret door.
punching.
So
Yeah.
the thing say Lester, it makes things pure, and that's all up on the wall in front of the desk. And then there's the twitching rat. And there's no drawers, and there's no notepads.
This is more or less it.
What's in my golden lockbox? Can I not? Do I not know? Is it locked?
Pick that lock.
Yeah.
Can I pick the lock of my golden locked box?
You can try. It's a difficult lock though.
Sounds like a romantic way of saying masturbate.
Yes.
Pick the
I'll just-
lock of my golden lockbox.
Oh, 15.
Got it!
Not bad. You open it up, and it's a necklace with a very nice golden pendant, and it says, "To Una, for always love Suna."
I knew it!
Oh, shit!
Fucking. Did I write that down? I remember thinking that. Did I say it out loud?
He fancied her. And then
And
she
she
murdered
fucking
him.
betrayed him. I
Murdered him.
hate betrayal. I hate.
We can go back up and you can use your stars. You'll be
The
all...
star.
Seduce that woman!
Okay. Should we do that? Or should we bring her down there?
I want
now?
Butler around in my ordinary life. Did someone encouraging me with everything? Yes! Great idea. Well done.
Waking up.
Good job.
I am a life coach.
Your massive hangover shit. Good on you, sir.
You brushed your teeth this morning.
Well, like, firstly, I'd like to quickly put that, actually, well, no, that's not something Lambda would do. I wanted to put the rat out of its misery, but that's because I, Anna, have had a pet rat. Lambda.
Ooh, this is a very traumatic day for you.
Oh, yeah. Snuffles is rolling in her shoebox.
I'm not building trust here. I'm scared of rats.
Oh, yeah. Well, like, let's just scrap I said that because Lambda doesn't give a fuck. Okay, so we want to go back upstairs and get me to seduce Una. Is that what's going on right now? That's the plan? Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's do this shit.
You walk back upstairs, and Ironmouth is still sitting in the room where you went down into the basement. He's like, "So, I heard a lot of squeaking. Rats. I told you about the rats, right?"
There are no rats anymore. Quick question.
Nice. Yeah.
Quick question. How often did you go to the basement when you did have a key?
I haven't been down there for like a year.
Okay. All right. That checks out.
Why?
There's a
Wait, what's
guy.
going on down there? How'd you get in? Wait, oh no, I saw that. You destroyed the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's shitty because I have to fix that now.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Roll
Just
for it.
put the door back.
It's sort of. Yeah.
Do we want to tell him what we found? I don't. Everyone's a suspect. Right?
Too much time.
Yeah.
Also causes
stars.
worry. Because there's only one murderer. Well, I mean, it could have been a plan.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
You hear Gustav, and he's like, "Well, I found this very constructive session, Una. I'm sure that next time we'll have an even better one. I'm sorry, but I really have to go. I need to go to my next asylum. I think Glory's Path, and after Glory's Path is Glory's Hole. No, not Glory's Hole. No. Well, never mind.
I heard my name. I run up.
And he's sort of like quickly walking down. You see him like chug the last bit of the drink that he had that was left from the drink you gave him, and he sort of like casually tosses it over his shoulder.
I catch it and start polishing.
And he looks at you as like, "Oh yes, you're still here. Bye, I guess." And he just like starts walking out the door.
Oh, I hate that guy.
And Una is looking at you, and she's eyeing you. She says, Did you go into the office?"
No.
Yeah.
I think I can answer that.
Yeah.
She's like, give me my lockbox.
Should I throw the star now? Throw the star now.
Mm-hmm.
No?
Go for it.
Do it.
I can't tell you what to do. Do it.
I don't know whether this is the right time.
Who cares?
Are we
Do
just
it.
in a hole?
Just do it.
Do it.
Yes! 10.
Plus. Nah, that's all right. You hit her.
Okay.
Okay. So it hits her. So what kind of effect does it have exactly?
They become extremely attracted to me and will be easily persuaded by me.
Okay.
And
so,
then it's mainly because they won't want to kill me, but I'm not in a bar right now, so yeah.
Oh. Okay. All right.
That's the sound she's gonna make.
Yeah, bro. She like, you hit her, and she's like, "Ow!" That. It's kind of nice, actually. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get mad.
It's okay.
What was I saying?
I think you were inviting us to somewhere more private. Oh, should we all go?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's all go.
Wait,
We'll
you
just,
wanna-
are we in a hallway or are we in a room?
Wait. I mean, I'm not sure about. I mean, no, I'm purity. Come on.
It's alright, it's only natural. I am
Um,
gorgeous.
Sorry. What do you
We have
want?
some
Can I
questions
have
for
my
you.
can I have my lockbox?
No, we're keeping the locket. It's alright. We'll look
Oh.
after it.
You keep it safe?
Yeah, of course.
Because it's very important to me.
100%. Just before we go somewhere more private, I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
What were your feelings for Sunan?
Oh, okay. Give me give me a mind roll. Roll it with favor.
Yeah, boy.
6. So that's
No,
7.
it's a 9 or
Oh
bad.
yeah, that's 10. And
But
then
you can also roll
Favor.
twice.
So you roll twice. Grab the highest one.
so
yeah.
10.
So 10. Yeah, that's definitely enough. She's like, I don't know. He really liked me, I guess. He was nice enough, but he was always a bit bit too much rock and roll for me, you know.
Rock and roll.
I'm more of a.
Reach.
Murderer type.
I'm sorry.
This is nothing. It's fine.
Oh. A bit too wild for me.
Okay.
But he always he kept trying.
For how long?
Long enough.
Long enough. No, long enough. Cross the line.
Shit.
Shit. Okay. I'm just trying to think of what to do with this situation.
I feel hot. Does anybody else feel hot?
You are hot, sweetheart.
She's like opening up her blouse a little bit.
I'd like lighting candles around the room and like there's like smooth jazz emanating from my little speaker box.
Yeah, Butler, can we get a glass of really good, solid red?
It was like Cabernet.
Okay, so fuck, I'm just trying to think about like how to take. How often do you work in the basement?
The basement? What do you mean work in the... Why would I go to the basement?
Just going through every level of the building, and the first.
I never go to the basement.
No.
No.
Who does go to the basement?
I wish you wouldn't have asked me that. Because I
Oh.
don't want you to not like me.
Oh, I like people who tell me the truth.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, she's gonna roll to see if she can shake it off. Oof.
Oh no.
She says, well, it was and she's like, what? Hey, fuck you.
Okay.
Wait. what are we Wait, what was going on? Give me that lockbox.
Oh no.
Who's
Give
that?
it to me now.
Uh-oh.
If you tell me what you were about to say to her.
She takes out a gun. She said, give it to me now.
I point a gun at her.
I throw the smoke bomb.
Okay. Guns pointed, smoke bombs.
So you throw the smoke bomb?
Candles are still.
Yes.
Okay. You throw the smoke bomb. What do you want to do?
With the wine
I want it to be so nobody can see me and I can run away with my lockbox.
We?
Okay.
Or we?
We can all run
Oh,
away.
you've got lockbox.
I don't want to steal my expensive shit.
Those
Okay,
nails.
so
Yes.
like you throw down the smoke bomb, and she fires sort of at random to see if she can hit you. She's
it out the
she's
way.
shooting at the last location she saw you walk. Okay.
Duck down.
She shoots, and you hear her you hear the gun going off, and then you hear her say like no, and you hear the gun clattering on the ground.
Ah!
So she drops the gun.
Yes.
She's like, "What's going on? Where are you?" And you hear her running out of the office, and she's screaming, "Lester! Lester, get over here!"
Oh my God,
Lester!
that's Lester!
She knew about
Yeah.
I just run round the corner.
Okay, you see her sort of running, and she's sort of running down the hallway, and you see from the side, sort of coming in, is a man. It's the same guy that grabbed you in the hallway, and he's like, "Yes, ma'am. What is it? Anything?" And she says, "Okay, Lester, we have a problem. These people are not pure. It's time to take them out." And he's like, "Yes, ma'am."
They did it together. I've solved the mystery.
You're the only one that can do this. Okay, so they're coming at us now, or?
Let's
Is this a
fight him.
combat?
We gotta fight him.
Well,
Depends on what you want to do now.
Well, round the corner, I'm gonna down one of the monster juices.
Oh shit. Okay.
Thanks.
Same thing happens to you. You grow out of your skin. You're hulking, sort of. Your bright green eyes grow even bigger, and green goop starts leaking from your mouth.
I hope I look different enough so she won't recognize me.
I think nobody will recognize you.
They will still notice.
Yeah.
That's okay. I hide my lockbox somewhere on my person.
Okay.
Very important to do that.
I want to so that guy, that weedy guy, I want to shoot him in the leg rather than any. I don't want to kill him. I just want to make it so it's difficult for him to move.
Okay. Then we are going to in combat once more. Everybody, roll Thanatos.
Thanatos.
5, 9 together.
1 plus of 3.
4 total.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're just here for the drinks.
And moral support.
Yeah, so good.
Okay.
You got orange slices and Gatorade on the side. Getting ready for halftime.
Okay. So, first up is Una.
Shit.
You see her sort of screaming to who is apparently Lester, and she's screaming and she says, "You know what you need to do. These people are not pure. Now go!" And Lester sort of comes charging at you. Una herself runs downstairs. Next up is George.
Alright.
Oh.
Took him out once, I can do it again.
Yeah.
I'm even bigger this time.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Alright, well, I'll leave that roll. I guess I'll just tase him right now because I want him to answer questions. I don't want to hurt him.
Okay, go for it.
So, I rolled a 6. Does that still count? Or
Yeah, that an edge or a power.
which it would be 10 total.
Okay, yeah, that's enough. Then roll a 1d6. Oh, no, 1d8 was now. Yeah, sorry. And you want to tase him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
1.
Boom.
Yeah, that won't tase him, but you manage to, like, sweep his feet underneath him so he does, like, fall flat on his face,
Slow.
and he takes 1 damage. Okay, up next is Lambda.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot him in the leg.
Okay.
Okay. Just so he can't move anymore, and then we might be able to like put our finger in it.
And now we resort to torture, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Wow.
12?
Plus, what am I plussing to it?
She's got 12.
Yeah, no, 12's just, yeah. Okay, so, you can roll your damage twice, but, considering you only want to shoot him in the leg, I'm gonna say you just managed to blow his foot clean off.
Fuck yes.
So,
That'll do.
yeah, so you line up the gun, and he's sort of like just getting up, and he sets his first foot forward, and immediately you sort of blast it underneath him, and he sort of goes down, and
I'm
he just
back.
I
he-
guess that was.
he just starts screaming.
Oh god.
It's not like it's a box or anything.
All right then.
Okay, that was Do you want to? Yeah, you can walk over to him, but that's pretty much it for your turn now.
Okay, cool.
Um,
I guess
The-
that was an okay shot.
then Gloria, what do you want to do?
I will go up if I can, if I'm close enough to be able to get there and still do something.
To the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got another foot.
I will go up and just try and hold him down.
Okay. Give me. That's gonna be power contest.
Do I have
penis.
more? He's alive. That's just mean. Do I have more power now that I'm a monster?
Yes. Oh yeah, I need to change your stats as well.
I only rolled 2 though.
Okay. Oof, you have become really thick. You are extremely dumb right now.
DHICC.
Your mind has become 0.
Okay.
Thighs for days, babes.
I hold him between my thighs.
Oh, like the villain in Goldeneye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Xenia on the top. Okay,
I got 7, by the way.
7. For your strength?
Yeah.
Or for
a
your power
Ronda
roll, but
Rousey.
then
Yeah.
is this including the new?
Yes.
total.
Oh, okay, yeah. You managed to wiggle free. So you just sort of sit down on him, and he's like, "Nyeh," sort of like scratching his way out, and he wiggles his way out of your legs.
Okay.
Then it's actually his turn, and he's
Come,
like
come.
completely sort of like in a sort of mad state, and he wiggles his way out, and he crawls on your back, and he sinks his hands into your neck, and he's starting to sink his nails into you.
Whoa.
Shit!
This bitch.
And he gets you for 3 damage to your libido. Like you feel his nails sinking into your neck, sort of like. And he's sort of screaming in your ear. He says, "If you're not pure, then you're supposed to be dead."
Oh my
Fuck,
god.
bitch.
This guy's extra.
And then it's Butler.
Okay. I see that Gloria, the Glory Hole Master, is being attacked, and it throws me into a wild rage.
Yeah!
A wild rage. I take out my bread knife, and I go to stab this motherfucker in the lung. I'm going between the rib, I'm trying to get in there, and I'm going to twist it as I
With a bread knife.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will give you the chance to, if you want to specifically damage his lung, you can do that, but you're going to have to roll with ill favor. So you roll to grab the
I'm
lowest
going
one.
for the lung.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so that one doesn't count.
9.
Okay.
Good start.
3.
3.
Plus power.
Oh, 5.
5. Yeah, that won't be enough. Like you're your aim, like you're taking a bit too long to aim at his chest, but because he's on your back, he's sort of like being shook all about, so you can't really. You sort of like you sort of try to stab him, but he wails out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah, stupid, goddamn. Now it's Una's turn, but she's somewhere out of your line of sight doing something you don't know.
Oh no.
George.
Oh shit. I don't know. I guess I'll try to extend my arm and give him like a chokehold.
Oof. Okay. Go.
7 plus power
Yep.
would be 11 total.
Okay. Yeah, he definitely doesn't make it. You wrap it around, and you sort of like, and he rolled a 1, so you actually managed to sort of like hold him up.
Whoa.
Sick.
So he's now sort of dangling there, like struggling like this.
As one would expect with George Clooney.
Yes. He says, "Let me go, you impure piece of shit!" And like blood is dripping from his one foot that's blown off. It's a gruesome scene.
Gross.
Beautiful.
Now he can
Lambda.
grab his penis.
Yeah. Oh, me?
Yeah.
All right. So while George holds him there, I want to go over and slap him in his face, and be like, what do you do in the basement?
Taking care of rats like you.
That's an interesting answer to that. What other questions, guys? Are going? What are we doing? What are you doing in the
To
basement?
murder him.
Yeah. What do you? Yeah. Did you kill Sunan?
Some of the questions.
He murdered himself.
Slap him
He
again.
murdered himself. That's impressive.
No one can stab themselves in the back, you fucking idiot. Did you stab Sunan in the back?
Okay, give me a mind roll. Let's see if you can persuade him.
Shit. 5.
He's like, "I don't need to tell you fucking shit," and he spits in your face.
Can't
That's
handle
like a
it.
genuine reaction.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, shit,
Yeah,
what the
fucking hell. Alright, this guy, you can cut his dick off now if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it,
Well,
go
no,
for
okay, bread knife.
it. Don't sharpen it. Go ahead.
Oh.
Like, no.
I start sawing through his pubes towards the deck, intimidating him into telling us more.
Oh, torture.
Okay, he's so give me a what do we make of this? This is, let's say that it's your Thanatos versus his Thanatos.
Deal.
Okay.
8.
Oh.
Yes.
He's like, okay, don't cut it off. Don't cut it off. I might need it.
Might.
What do you want to know?
Did you kill Suna?
Fuck yes, I killed him.
Hey!
Did someone tell you to, or did you do it on your own?
Nobody need to tell me. I knew he was impure. I've known all my life. I've known all my life who's pure and who's impure. I just needed the holograms to channel it. I just needed them to order my thoughts. I just needed to find out who to shoot, to kill. And the rats, they were these beautiful creatures. They're the purest of them all. They're gonna cleanse us. They're gonna finally make us get us
I
just
want
rid
to
of
slap
all
him
of
again.
you.
Can I slap
Yeah,
him?
this is enough.
He's into it now.
You're all gonna burn, you know.
Well, I've heard enough. I'm cutting off his dick.
What about Unan? Unan.
Jeez. Oh, you're asking him about Una?
I want to ask him
Yeah,
about
his
Unan.
dick is being sawed off. He's like,
Dad, let's take the dick. Let's find that girl.
Just pause on the dick cutting for a second.
yeah, but it's halfway off. He passes out of pain.
While
May I finish?
that's happening, as I am so stupid right now, I will just punch where he used to be with the back of my own head.
Okay, roll damage. Let's see how hard you punch. If it's you have a 1d8 for your fists now. If it's a 7 or an 8, you knock yourself out.
Whoa.
1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you miss your own head.
Yeah.
Do you punch like? Oh no, you took him away, right? So.
And Lester is sort of just like, and he just hangs there unconsciously, bleeding out of his foot and out of his dick. He's turning pale really fast
Can
now.
we patch that up somehow?
At this point,
Nah, he's good.
Brad comes walking to Poet.
Brad! I put on my collar and make my way over.
Wait, bro, babe. He's like, he zips back up. He's, bro, what's going on, bro? Babe, bro, babe, what did you do with Lester?
Brad,
Babe,
calm down.
Bro.
I got loco.
That's why they're here. They're all fucking loco. He's like, let him, put him, and he like, put him down.
Oh yeah, he's a nurse, kind of.
He's a good like this.
Put him down. And he's like, what the fuck, bro?
We had to, Brad.
For what, bro?
He was making rats evil.
You know, he
He's a
murdered a
murderer.
man.
You're still holding the dick, right? Was it about the dick?
No! They want the. I want
I
your
reach,
dick.
I reach over extendedly. No, this is for later.
It's like, bro, I don't even know you anymore.
No, Brad, it's me, Butler Bot.
Not anymore, you're not.
Brad!
And he
Save him.
he grabs Lester and he's like throwing him over the shoulder. He's like, oh, and he just like walks off with him.
I didn't know this was gonna be part of the
My
story.
word. My word indeed.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm going to give you.
We've solved the murder.
I'm gonna give you
We did.
one. Give me 1 point of action you want to take, considering Una, if any.
Well, we need to collect our money.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
We'd be
that
like,
was the whole-
you
Yeah.
need to pay us because we found it. You
We have
helped the
damaged a lot of your
murder.
facility, but we want 60 guap.
Each.
Each, yeah. Let's go find her and get.
We need to kill her.
Oh shit.
We need to kill her.
You are taking a dark turn. I know you're going through a breakup right now.
We need to kill her. I've been listening.
His eyes just turned red.
I used my high processing skills to listen to a lot of emo music. Just in the last while.
We need to kill her.
Okay, you've always supported me in everything I do, so I'm happy to kill her if that's what you want.
We need to kill her.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
get her.
We're
Let's
gonna
get her.
find her, take her money, maybe kill her.
And then maybe steal some more money.
Yes.
Let's go fucking torch this place.
And then and then let's go to a casino or something like that.
Before we leave, really quick, I would like to check if she has a penis.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, you you make your way down the hallway. You pass a small room where Brad is sort of like hurting himself with bandages and sort of like trying to fix this guy up. And as you pass by, he's like, "Not cool, bro." Like his zipper has never been more up. As you pass, you hear ruckus downstairs. You hear screaming, you hear yelling, and you hear the voice of Ironmouth, and he's like, "Everybody back up! Everybody back up! It's gonna be cool, but you need to everybody calm down right now." And as you look over the balcony, you see that he is holding Una, and he's holding her by the neck, and he's like, and he sees you over the balcony. He's like, "You need to tell me what to do right now. You need to explain to me everything that's going on because I need to know right now because I don't know, like, I'm not sure if this is the right choice. I don't know what I'm doing now. Please."
Who's coming out of all of the asylum?
Yeah, so the asylum people are just like scurrying around. They're like, "No, but Una," and others like, "No, we can't hurt Ironmouth. Ironmouth is our friend, but Una is also our friend." They're sort of like freaking out.
I just drool over the balcony.
Your spit sort of like it sizzles a little bit where it lands.
Okay, so I want to climb down from the balcony.
I'll just walk down the stairs.
He's holding Una, and he's got a knife, and he's like, "Calm down. I do not know what side I'm on yet. Explain everything to me now, slowly."
Okay, Lester, weird shit, basement, rats, radioactive stuff, wanting to make everyone pure. Cuckoo, killed Sunan.
Wait, Lester killed Suna?
Yeah.
You see Una sort of, she's like,
I think she knows a little bit more about
I
it.
think you need to stop talking about things you don't understand.
Yeah, well, you're the one that didn't even know what the fuck was going on in the basement, okay? And you're the groundskeeper, so...
No, sorry, that was Una saying that.
Oh, right, okay.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, voices.
Well, you're the head nurse. Still works, same shit.
She's like, "So what are you saying? You're holding me accountable?"
No, I just think you have some
We
more to
are.
tell it.
We very.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I am.
It's like, well, what a surprise from a cybernetic. Hmm? And you see her sort of like,
Right, Ironmouth, can I torture her just a little bit?
no.
I kind of knew that was coming.
So what are you saying? Lester killed Sunan.
Yeah.
So why was Una, why were you running? She's not saying anything. So Ironmouth asks you, why was she running?
She wanted power.
Yeah. Sunan loved her, so she was almost glad that he got killed.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This bitch?
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
She's got a lot of keys up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll a mind roll.
8.
Plus your
1. 9.
plus
Yeah, 9.
9. He's like, okay. So hypothetically, I let her go. What happens?
She's not going to be the safest human in this room.
He's like, well, I guess you should have thought of that before. And he sort of lets go and he pushes her towards you. And she sort of stumbles in your direction. And she sort of rights herself and she says, I thought I hired 4 idiots. Why did this happen? And she starts trying to make her way like out of the like past Ironmouth and towards the building.
Before the exit.
Yeah, so give me 1 action, all of you.
Is my mouth as big as her head?
Yeah.
Can I try and bite her head off?
We need our money.
Yeah, you're upstairs, right?
But she
I'll
doesn't know that
just
anymore.
walk off the edge of the balcony
Right.
onto her head, maybe.
But we need our money.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, let's roll for it. Let's make that let's make it a power roll to see if you can make your way over there, like jumping towards her.
I walk 3 plus 5.
I'm
Eight?
actually thinking
Eight.
of money.
Okay, you manage to get down there. You sort of like stumble a little bit, but you can't. Yeah, you manage to make your way down, so you can get one bite in if you want it.
Yes! I will try and bite her.
Okay, go for it.
11.
Oh,
Yeah, that's enough. So you try to bite her head, but she's sort of like making her way, and so you bite her in the shoulder, and she's like, "Oh, you monster!" And all this green goop is sort of like running down her body, sort of like sizzling her flesh. What do you guys want to be doing?
I want to go up to her and say, give us our money and we'll tell you where the antidote is. No fucking clue where the antidote is.
She's like, now, so she has your teeth in her shoulder. She's like, "There's no antidote. This shit just wears off in an hour."
Damn it. Give us our money.
Money.
Yeah.
You know what? I would have gladly paid you money if you would have just found out that Lester murdered this guy, left me out of it, and that would have been that.
You're the one that got yourself involved. That's not our fault, is it? That we're great detectives.
It's your fault that you're unpure pieces of trash. That's what your fault is.
No, I've heard enough. I'm stabbing her in the lungs.
What's with the lungs? Starts wheezing through this hole in her. Okay.
Are you gonna go for it? Go.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. And what do you want to be doing? What's your turn?
I guess I will.
Checking if she has a penis.
Yeah, I'll check if she has a penis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do yours first, the lung stabbing.
Okay. Rolling a 6 with
Power?
8.
Yep, that'll do.
Yep.
Oh, wait, let me double check.
Lung
Sorry.
stab.
Let me double check. Oh, yeah, that's enough. Okay. Roll for damage.
Okay. Looks like I got a 4 on my bread knife.
Oh, wait, do you want to specifically stab the lung, or do you just want to stab in that direction? Like if you
The
want...
lungs. The
Yeah, then you're
lungs,
going to have to
baby.
roll with ill favor.
Another 9.
Still 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's enough.
Great.
Then roll 1d6.
26. Nice. Baby. 1.
Okay. It's just the one, but you sort of like, you push it in and you hear this... and you hear this sort of like the sound of a balloon deflating.
I've collapsed her lung!
Yeah. And she's like... and she's like wheezing, and you hear like air just going through the hole in her lungs. Then you're gonna check if she has a penis.
Yes.
No need to roll. You could just like lift up her shirt. She doesn't.
And she
She's
is-
a human-bred woman. So she's now standing here struggling. She's trying to make her way free of your bite. So we're gonna make this a pop. Nope, that's a 1. She sort of tries to wiggle herself free, but she only positions herself better. So you manage to sink your teeth in even further. So you more or less have her. Like, what do you want to do? Are you murdering her in cold blood? What's the next step?
That's what you want to do.
That's what I'm voting for.
And I think I've just kind of come to terms with the fact that she's probably not going to pay us now. Shit. Yeah. So we'll just ransack her office after we've murdered her. So how, like...
I don't have decision-making capacity right now.
Okay. Whatever you need me to do, babe.
Let's murder her.
Okay, be more specific.
Get her other lung.
This group of... So, just to paint the scene, you are standing here, this monster has sunk its teeth in Una. All of these people living in the asylum are standing around this scene, and you are now stabbing her to death. Yep? Alright.
Okay, I go to stab her other lung.
Okay.
While this is happening, I'm going to go re-comfort everybody else.
Yeah.
And then
God,
possibly
yeah.
try to start having sex.
Okay.
Because I haven't done that.
With their consent.
Except with Brad.
You are now, though, a hulking monstrous figure.
Yeah.
So, you are a lot less talented right now in that
But how long
area.
has it been since he took the
Yeah,
test tube?
it
Is it
could've
going to
been
wear
an
off
hour.
soon?
Let's see. You took it in the
office.
in the office.
Yeah.
Then you went down to the. Okay, let's say I'll give you a chance to shake it off, but then
Okay.
give me a power roll. If you roll a total of 8 or higher, you shake it off.
Oh, but he's so powerful. You got this, bro.
4
Plus.
plus 4, so 8.
Hey!
That's right enough. Okay, so you don't completely shake it off, but you start shrinking a little bit, and the green goop stops falling from your mouth, but you're still pretty muscular, pretty beefy,
As well as my penis.
as well as your penis.
Great.
It's the last thing to grow, the last thing to shrink.
It would be great if it never shrank.
Yeah. That's how you know.
Once you go green, you never.
That's how you know if somebody uses that drug. They have this enormous schlong.
It's like the opposite of steroids.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a mind roll with speech, I guess.
Yeah. Does my speech change because my mind?
Yeah. So it's now back to
it's
what
back
it
to
was.
5.
Yeah.
Okay. 6, so 11.
5. Okay. All right. You managed to calm down. You managed to calm the crowd a little bit, and they're sort of like, but they're still very edgy, and like some of them simply do realize someone's about to get murdered. So you can calm anybody as much as you want, but still they're witnessing a murder.
Which is fun. So am I going for the? Or
Yeah. If you want to go now.
I'm going for that one. Okay. 9 plus power.
That will do.
13.
If you want to do specifically the lung, then roll another time with and then grab the lowest.
So you gotta roll with your d12
Yeah.
again.
Okay. And then I get to.
4 plus your power.
It's 8.
Yeah, that's enough.
Love
Okay.
you.
Oh,
So roll your 1d8 for damage.
is that this one?
Yeah, no.
1d8.
That one.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
God, I'm so. Such an idiot. Ah, crap.
Okay. You puncture her lung from the other side, and while she's otherwise fine, she just sort of collapses and
Good.
she's slowly choking with an audience standing around her. And she sort of, and you see her eyes roll to the back of her head, and then they roll back one more time, and she says, "You're gonna rot." And she collapses forward.
You first.
And it's now completely silent.
I should have used the shank that was used sooner.
Poetic.
That would have been so beautiful.
So it's completely silent.
Yeah, it's now silent, and everybody's sort of waiting for your next move. Iron Mouth is standing there like,
I'm gonna go.
Drinks.
okay, give me mind roll.
Oh no! Only 5.
Okay, 3 people just sort of, I guess.
I would take a whole bottle of
Yeah,
wine.
I'll take a whiskey.
Do it like a shot.
Okay,
I think.
you sort of, you found out who committed the murder.
Mm-hmm.
You have killed both people responsible. Well, one is still being patched up a little bit. What is seeing the sort of situation now? We're gonna do sort of time span of the next hour. What is your character doing in the next hour to sort of, I don't know, make amends with your boyfriend or not, or what is everybody doing?
I want to try and find where they keep the money. And I'm actually not going to steal it for myself. I have a plan. Should I reveal it now? Or? I was thinking about giving it to Ironmouth and getting him to run the asylum. And he doesn't need Purity's money anymore, and then he can look after them.
Love it.
Because he actually cares about them. So I want to find the safe with all the money in it.
Okay. You are going to, you spend an hour. So you manage to find a safe. It's in the the director's office. It's pretty well hidden. It's like under a floorboard that you need to pry open.
Okay.
It's a pretty complex lock, so you're having a difficult time opening it. But since you have a little while to just keep trying it, I'll give
I
you.
will help. once I've
Are you still
stopped
okay.
being a monster.
Yeah, it's like it wears off
Yeah.
after a bit, so you have a little bit of time.
So while I'm a monster, I will just drink everything that you can give me. And as
So,
soon as
are you
I...
a drunk
Yeah,
thief when
you're
As soon as
Let me
I
take care of this.
and she's still better than me.
Come on, take some walks.
Okay.
It's funny,
Let's-
that's how we first met.
Yeah. Okay, go for it. You're gonna roll with ill favor because you're shit faced.
10.
Oh, that's pretty good.
12.
No way! While drunk.
Yeah.
that
Ah,
Oh, this is so incredibly good for your confidence. Like, yeah, fuck it, I was just. Okay, like it looks so effortless while she does like, and it just
and then
like.
I vomit on the same. The money is gross.
Like it's not physical money, but you find like these sort of it's like these sort of data storage units, sort of like Bitcoin kind of.
Okay, cool.
And there's a shitload of money on here. Like way too much actually. It's weird. It seems like almost like money that should have been going into the asylum hasn't been going into the asylum, but straight into the safe.
Okay,
So-
well,
we spending
we take
on
our
gold
payment.
lockets.
I'm gonna go off to George and Butler.
All right. So while they went up to go find the money, I stayed back and helped everybody process what was happening and tried to rehabilitate them, I guess, in a sense, to
Right.
not have such a Puritan outlook.
Okay.
And then, if I'm lucky, I get lucky.
Okay, cool. Give me a speech roll and do it with favor.
10.
Ooh.
Good start.
9. So 10 would be 15.
15. Okay. Yeah, you are you going back to the place where the hologram stand is?
Where everybody else was at,
Yeah.
where Uma got murdered.
Yeah. Oh, where Una got. Okay, so
Which was
Is
yeah,
she
everybody.
still
so
there?
you're
while you've been
yeah,
away?
so you're standing next to this dead body.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like you've now shrunk back to your sort of normal person, so people start recognizing you again. So now they sort of realize, oh, it's the same guy from before the blood and stuff. And a few of them are starting to become a little bit more friendly towards you. What is your? You don't want to be fucking a crazy person who like. So there needs to be. You need to identify like which people are
What
at
if it's,
least
like
conscious
asylum,
enough
like
to know
it's, like,
what's
a
going on.
maniac Crazy person.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nympho.
There's this thing in American Horror Story Asylum where one of the characters is in the asylum, but it's only because she's an nymphomaniac.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
Sure, that makes
Sounds
sense.
good to me. Thank you for the suggestion.
So you find a clone, and this clone has been physically altered. So it's a cyborg, and like their parts, their genitals are interchangeable. It's like completely modular, so it switches shape, switches form. However, this person wants to. So it doesn't really have. They don't really have an assigned gender. They just.
They're non-binary.
They're very non-binary, but in the sense that they just switch to whatever the person they're with kind of enjoys. So this person walks up to you, and they're wearing raggy clothes, but otherwise are attractive. And she's like, or they're like, "Hey, that was pretty nice what you said back there."
Thank you. I do my best.
Was that you, the big guy?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Everywhere and nowhere.
I heard a few things about using that stuff. Is all of it true?
I can guarantee you that it is.
I want to go someplace. She's like, I know a little room. I think Brad was in there before, but I think he might be done now.
It's okay if Brad's still in there.
All right. So they sort of take you by the hand, and you walk upstairs. Butler,
Okay, well, I have a question for you. When was this all happening? Are we daytime or evening time?
this is daytime,
Okay.
but it's now starting to slowly.
Is the sun setting?
Sure, let's say it's setting.
Okay, so I am this really shook up Butler Bot because he has abandonment issues and he lost a person he was getting close to. So he goes and he like finds the roof. Nothing bad's gonna happen. He just finds the roof and he like sits there overlooking like the city with like the sun setting, and he just thinks about that like. Just like, oh, this is so bummed out. And he's like really, really, really sad until one of the other party members comes to find him and then he remembers that he has a new family.
Oh, that's so nice.
Aw.
So does any one of you?
Yes.
Hi, buddy.
Drink some of your drinks
Mm-hmm.
and vomit over the side of the building.
I clean it up.
Aw.
I think this is a good way to end this adventure. I think like the last thing we see is Butler sitting on the roof being petted by Gloria, and as we sort of like zoom out, we see the rest of the building, and through one window we see George having very passionate, beautiful lovemaking with this person he just met. And zooming a bit further out, we see Lambda sort of like grabbing all of these these sort of data sets. She's like, oh my god. And as the sun sets, Tachion is a little bit safer and a little bit more fucked up.
Yeah. That's what we like it. Yay! Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
That will be all for this session. I'm emotional right now a little bit. Yeah. This was amazing. I really liked this session. Thanks, guys. I hope you had a great time.
Yeah.
Loved
it.
We will see you next time. That was it. See you next time. Bye. Thanks.
I've never done anything like this before, so I did really enjoy it.
I liked creating the character of Butler Bot because he was a very good time.
Yeah, it's definitely a game that I would play with friends in the very near future.
I liked selling penises, making money, being a monster, fucking epic.
This was a very special session for me. We changed up quite a few things. So like the players got a lot more say in what their characters were like. Usually they were pre-made up until now. So I thought it was really great to see everybody like get into the character and creating their own bit of the universe.
I really enjoyed everyone at the table today, and I mean Stephen's great, so he was great as usual.
I loved cutting people's penises off. It was a great time.
I think my favorite part was the emotional arc of me and my boyfriend Brad. It ended very bittersweetly, but you know what, guys? Boyfriends come and go, but your chosen family is forever.
Definitely want to do it again, and definitely want to play this kind of game at home as well.
I mean, there was way more torture than I thought there would be, but I feel like anytime we play any game of Thanatos, the players take it completely off the rails, and this session was no exception.